everyone, and welcome. This is Alien, the role-playing game, here on Dorktales. Hope everybody's doing well tonight. Thank you very much to Free League for providing this module. Tonight we're playing Chariot of the Gods, an introductory scenario for Alien, the role-playing game. I am your mother in this game. Hi, mommy here. I'm Kelly. I use he and him, which is kind of weird being your mother, but hey, you know what? It's 2022. And I'm excited to be here tonight because I get to kill all of these lovely people, probably. It's going to be fantastic. Let's go around, do a quick round of introductions, say who we are and where you can find us, and then let's jump into Chariot of the Gods. Let's go ahead and just go around in a big circle, starting with James.
Why, hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, sorry, everybody. I am James. I use he, him pronouns, and tonight I am playing Captain Vincent Miller.
Nice. And we can find you where, James?
You can find me on Twitch as Otheon on occasion, and over at Precarious's channel, and occasionally at Dire Bear Gaming as well.
Nice. Nice. Over in the corner, we have Robin.
Hello, I'm Robin. I use she, her, or they, them pronouns, and tonight I am playing Leah Davis, the pilot, and you can find me mostly here on Dorktales, but maybe soon again on Second Gen Gamer on Twitch.
All right, down to Krista.
Hey everybody, I'm Krista. I use she, her, or they, them pronouns. You can mostly find me You can mostly find me. I do. You can mostly find me here on Dorktales, and I'm going to be playing Kayla Rye, our technician aboard the USCSS Montero.
Nice. All right, Christine.
Hi, I'm Christine. I use she, her pronouns. And you can find me on my own channel at Lady Liliana. Tonight I am playing Lydia Cham, our cargo handler on the USCSS Montero. USCSS. That's not the easiest thing to say.
It's really not.
It's really not. But we'll get through it. And finally, down in the corner, it's Mike.
Hi everyone, it's me, Michael, going with he, him pronouns, and I am so excited to be in this little death trap. I mean, great spaceship. I am going to be the corporate representative, John J. Wilson, but you can call me Wilson for short. I'm here to facilitate you getting your paycheck, so as long as you do whatever I say, you'll get paid.
Nice. All right, so we're going to be hopping into game in just 1 second. I gave everybody a quick run through about the rules, but what I can explain to the audience is that they are very, very easy rules compared to what we have seen in a lot of other systems. It runs off D6s, 6s are successes, and if you fail the roll, you can re-roll once all failed dice by gaining stress. And stress adds to your dice pool as you get kind of an adrenaline surge or something like that. However, it's double-sided, because it can lead to panic and some pretty bad stuff, which is pretty symptomatic of the Alien series. You know, you get your whole game over, man, game over. We're all really big fans of Alien, and particularly big fans of Sigourney Weaver, of course, because she's amazing. And I think we're going to have a lot of fun with this. I'm really happy that Free League gave me this module to run, and I'm sorry, Free League, that it took me so long to do it, because you gave it to me about a year ago, and I've been trying to find a place for it, and it's been a busy year. All right, so without further ado, we're going to jump into game. Does anybody have any final questions before we begin? All right, I like the sound of that.
Did someone just scream? I couldn't hear you because you're in space.
It's good. You are space truckers on the star freighter USCSS Montero, running the Gauntlet, the trade route between Anchor Point Station and the frontier. Your ship's cargo hold is packed with dozens of tanks of dangerous tritium gas, in the process of decaying into an extremely profitable helium-3. Usually cargoes like these are towed in massive tanker modules that transport much higher concentration of the gas, a safe distance from a freight hauler. The Montero isn't rated as a commercial towing vehicle, however, and this small run is a special order for a Wayland-Yutani corporate account on Sutter's World, a newly established frontier colony. While the trip so far has been fairly routine, the Montero's sensors developed a glitch before you left Anchor Point, and sporadically have pinged contact with a sensor reflection before you activated the displacement drive and went faster than light. Your cargo run so far has been without incident. Now you are just awakening from hypersleep, ready to deliver your goods to the colony of Sutter's World. Your cryopods open with hisses as you all come back to life. Your body's flowing with warmth again as the cryo sleep leaves you a bit groggy. You're starting to get used to this, though. Quick cryo naps don't really bother you that much anymore. You're lucky enough that these are in the terms of weeks or months. It's when you get into the years that cryo really works its way into your brain. You're almost done earning this paycheck. Now, it's time to wake up for unloading. But first, you should probably grab a bite to eat. Nothing like a breakfast of champions to start a hard day's labor out in space. As you all get up out of your pods, is anybody saying or doing anything? Or are you headed to the showers? What's going on here?
Vincent would certainly probably just kind of groggily kind of glance around at everyone. He's going to basically go around and just kind of check to make sure everyone's pods disengaged okay and everyone's waking up well.
Everybody is good to go. G2G.
Okay. Let's go. Get your stuff together. Get dressed. We'll muster in the galley in, say, 10 minutes. Grab a shower. Get ready. Get yourselves ready.
So you're saying
Captain.
You're saying I can get 10 more minutes of sleep?
If you want to, Mr. Wilson, that is completely your own business.
God, that's been enough for you? Jeez.
I'm gonna go shower and change out of these clothes. I feel like I've been sleeping in it for weeks.
Walk off.
That was...
I'm sorry, Captain. I have to bring some excitement back into this crew.
I just gotta wait for the humor to seep back into my brain. That's all. Cryo always kills my sense of humor.
It's true. It's true.
Christine, what are you and Krista doing?
I think Lydia kind of stretches, gets out, probably sits for a few minutes and fiddles with her rosary, and just does it kind of under her breath, muttering, going through a couple of the prayers. Because it's been ages.
When it seems like she's done, if she's crouched or sitting or whatever, I'll like offer a hand to pull her up.
Lydia will take it.
All right, food, shower, let's go.
I mean, there's not much point showering. It's just going to all come back on again.
Yeah, but it feels better.
Those of you who take showers have the recycled water. It tastes metallic, slightly acidic, as it runs down your body and around your mouth as you wet your hair or your scalp, or just try to get it in your eyes a bit. You try not to think of the fact that you probably pissed this out a couple of weeks ago. But in space, you use what you can. The filtration system's good, but these models are old and clunky, and there's nothing here that doesn't taste like it came out of a water fountain installed in the 1960s. And that goes double when you make it into the galley. The galley is, well, it's a fairly tight room, about 20 feet wide. Pardon me, we're in the future. About 6 meters wide. 6, maybe 7. It's kind of vague. And has a big round table in the center. It's quite, not brightly lit, but the colors here are very, very white. At least they were when the ship set sail, or set skyward many, many years ago. Now it's more of a dingy gray. And here, as you make your way over into the galley and grab some food, you can see that the typical supplies are there. You've got dry cereal. You've got protein bars. You got bug juice if you want it. And of course, bug juice being a corporate branded mix of mealworms, cockroaches, and other easily compressible insects. Protein rich and delicious. Or you could always grab the Wheaties. However, the best part about being on the frontier, being out in space, is that you get something that a lot of people out here don't have access to. Slightly metallic flavored coffee. A luxury good that some people consider joining up with the corpos just have access to.
Oh, thank God, coffee.
Yeah, put one on for me, please. If I gotta steer this bad boy into, gotta be alert and awake.
Just a quick note, because I actually read the entry on coffee, since this is our first time playing this game. You can enjoy a coffee systematically, and I won't give you any penalties or anything like that. If you use coffee as an item, you take a point of stress, but you don't take any penalties for being awake for an extra shift.
Hey, nice to know.
It's so cute, right? Cheers.
I think Lydia just makes a massive cup that she mixes like the protein bug mix stuff in with the coffee.
You got one of those for me?
She needs her muscle stuff, right? She's cargo handler here. She's got to go work out in the cargo like the whole time.
True.
I think you'll see, or I try not to. Leah's gonna try and sneakily fuss around and try and find her almost empty pill bottle and pop one of her delicious pills to wake up a bit more.
Okay. Are you being surreptitious about that? Being kind of circumspect?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Wilson's probably getting himself a cup of hot water and has a green tea bag in his pocket that he's used like 3 or 4 times on this trip already. He's trying to juice what little he can out of it. Look, nothing personal, but the coffee on this place is starting to taste like the coffee on this place.
I mean, it's always tasted that way.
Yeah.
Yes, well, it tastes like everything else on this place. I mean, nothing personal. I mean, it is what it is.
I was gonna
but...
say, don't insult the old girl. She has it where it counts. She may look and taste like she's from God knows when, but she has heart when she needs it.
Well, the hot water's hot. I'll give it that.
Exactly.
Is there like a control, in the original film, it's like where Mother's hub was. Is there a place like that?
Absolutely. That's in the bridge.
Okay, cool. After Rye grabs a cup of coffee, she's gonna head upstairs and land in a chair and have it spin a few times, kick her feet up, and start clicking buttons as she sips coffee.
On the bridge?
Yeah.
Nice. Pretty casual. Pretty casual.
Leah'll probably join you up on the bridge too.
Okay.
Get in this jump seat and look at any monitors, dial, see what happened while we were gone, kind of thing.
Well, as you're looking there, Mother is going to let out a little note.
Mother? What's that?
I forget. Did she actually speak in the original? It's been a couple years since I've seen it.
Keyboard.
It was
No,
just-
that's. Oh yeah, sorry. It's typing.
You can see it on monitors, but yeah, there's no talking. It was all
Right.
typed out.
Okay.
I'll type into it.
right.
Mother report.
You were going to see that Mother types on the screen that there's a report of an approaching ship.
A ship approaching. Is there like a comm system, or does it just shout down the hall?
There is. So anybody who wants to can run a sensor diagnosis using a comm tech roll.
Okay, can I do that?
Mm-hmm.
Is there an I forget is there an assist one? Like I can.
So you
can I-
may assist and grant Krista 1 additional die.
Sure. Yeah. Davis will definitely be assisting there.
And Comtech is wits, correct?
Comm tech is. I believe so, yes.
All right, well, we're starting our pool with an 8-die pool, folks.
Ooh.
Nice.
First roll of the game.
Ooh, not great.
Optech is wits.
Wits, okay, good. 1 success, but no failures.
All right, so looking at this, thinking about what it would be out here, I mean, if it's going to Sutter's World, I mean, maybe a colonial picket ship kind of protecting the world, or maybe a cargo inspector?
I'll go over the ship's comms. Captain, there's another ship around here.
As soon as you say that, what do you calm back?
Sutter's sorry, not Sutter. Miller's probably just kind of like sluicing the last of the water off of himself. He'll probably just kind of wrap his towel around him, grab his jacket and his like uniform kind of over his arm, and he's basically gonna head straight to the bridge, I think.
All right. When you walk into the bridge, you're still kind of dressed in your towel, kind of tugging some of your clothing on.
Yeah.
And looking down, Rye, you run through some of the simulator. You run through some of the tech. There's nothing there. Whatever Mother was pinged, this is the same damn thing that happened right before we went into cryo. This busted piece of shit that you're riding on.
God, I gotta run diagnostics on this damn thing. Sorry, Captain, didn't mean to call you out. This piece of shit, she'll say very directed at Davis, is keeps picking up random ship pings.
All right. Well, let's add it to the maintenance log. Do we know if it was like a specific like sensor pylon or anything like that?
Was it like a specific ship or something like that?
It wasn't a specific ship. It just, yeah, it's just,
no details, Captain. Just
yeah, it's just your sensor. Your sensors pinged off, like it was detecting something on radar, basically.
All right.
Yeah, it was a radar ping. It did this
Kayla,
before we left too.
Yeah. I don't want to have any more risk with it, especially not if we're having to deal with atmospheric. Can you kind of go down there and do a full look over on the lidars and the radar system? We got to make sure that thing's all ship shape.
Yeah, I'll go take a look at that. We'll need to check in with Sutter soon too, so I'll get that up and running first.
Yeah, once you're done that, talk to Wilson and get the requisition order in to replace the sensor hub.
That's a good one, Captain.
Yeah. Hey, look,
yeah, come on. This is why she's such a piece of crap sometimes. Come on.
I'm gonna head down.
Just make sure the T's are crossed and the I's are dotted. Okay, that's what I need right now.
I'll grab Cham, Lydia, and hey, Cham. You want to give me a hand?
Sure. Chugs back the last of her disgusting mix of coffee and bug juice.
Wilson's the only one that's not getting up from his breakfast. He's enjoying a leisurely breakfast.
Tucks her rosary necklace back under her shirt.
Is everything okay? The bridge isn't on fire or anything?
If it was, are you going to get it covered?
I'm going to take that as a no and go back to eating his cereal.
I mean, if it was, there'd probably be high-pitched voices shrieking fire.
True. Mostly the captains.
Hey, Davis?
Yeah?
You got any, can you go ahead and ping Sutter and let's see if we got any let's see what they've got to say.
Sutter's, yeah, out there, buddy? How's it going?
All right, so you send a hail out down to their beacon tower. Now, it'll take a couple of minutes for that to work. Basically, it's long speed transport of signals, and who knows, maybe somebody's asleep at the desk. So, Cham, you're downstairs with Rye doing some unload. So when you're getting these things prepped up, something you need to know about these massive tritium containers. Each one of them is about as big as a if I'm not mistaken, they're as big as like a gas tanker.
Mm-hmm.
You have 200,000 tons of this on the ship. Now, by the end of your voyage, it should be helium-3, which is not a small explosive. By small explosive, I mean a large explosive. It's not nuclear, but this thing, there would be very few traces of you if this went up. Like,
what he's saying is no smoking in the cargo bay.
What's that?
You know what? This game is filmed in the 1970s. Smoke them if you got them.
Who cares about lighting oxygen on fire? It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's fine. Oxygen, helium, it's fine.
Don't worry, I'll clean up everyone's breakfast bowls, looking at the stack of bowls sitting on the table.
All right, so down in the Montero, you have some state-of-the-art equipment. So what you have, I've left it at the bottom of the sheet for you all, but what you have is you've got 5 Mark 50 compression suits with air supply 5 in each, because this game actually tracks how much air you have, which I love. You've got 1 motion tracker. You've got a cutting torch. You've got a Watatsumi bolt gun, 1 service pistol, a space harpoon, which is not what it's called, but that's what I'm calling it, 1 incinerator unit with 2 reloads, which is a flamethrower, and you have one P5000 power loader. So I need to know, as you are moving stuff around, who is in the power loader of the 2 of you.
I have the heavy machinery skills.
Yeah.
Okay.
I do too, but I don't think this is my space.
So the power loader is inside of the rules. They actually give it, of course, because how could they not? And it's pretty great. So as the camera pans down there, you are going to see as the power loader forklift arms are going to rotate with Cham working the unit. Moving through, I actually have rules in this quick start about using the power loader to do basic work, and I love it.
If there's like a sort of like a monitor station and maybe like an earpiece so we can talk through, so we're not shouting over power loading, I'll stand and kind of be taking account of what's here and what the status is, make sure nothing looks damaged. And hey, Cham.
Yeah?
How much do you think we could skim out of these things before anybody noticed? Do you think we could, like, is there like a spare tank you could pull some out of? Because this sells pretty good, right?
Oh yeah, where are you gonna store it though?
Oh, that's fair.
They only gave us so many tanks, and they're supposed to hold so much. And
Yeah, well,
don't
maybe
think
if
I
one
haven't
just
thought it.
Well, if you think of a good way to do it, let me know.
Unless you can smuggle an extra container on.
True. Oh, I forgot to mention one.
Look at these things.
I forgot to mention one final thing, and that is that you do have a cargo shuttle, the Daisy.
Daisy.
Yeah, so good. So Daisy is a small cargo shuttle, capable. Just for size purposes, you could fit 10 of these tanks in there if you had to. But they're quite big. I feel like I've underestimated or overestimated how big these things are. Though, give me.
I was gonna say, because the ship is 334 meters long.
I think maybe I misread it. 1 sec. Let me just double check that. So you are
those tanks are probably like the smaller like tanks that you see at like propane fills at gas stations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the 400 liter ones.
Okay.
The propane tanks that are just like, not your little household ones, but.
Yeah, I think I might have misread that as I was going through here. Let me just go search.
But they're what,
the ones at the gas station that you refill from.
Yeah, so like maybe like 12 foot.
Okay, your ship's cargo holds packed with dozens of tanks of dangerous tritium gas. Highly flammable, volatile nature of tritium means that it can be a bitch to transport, but by the time it reaches port, it'll be helium-3, which is clean. Each tank is half the size of a tanker trailer.
That's not exactly small.
That's not small at all.
No.
So that's about the size of what, like an SUV?
No, that's like those stubby tanks that you fill up propane from at gas stations.
Yeah, like the big ones that sit outside that you refill from. That's about that size.
A tank. What's this tanker trailer?
Yeah, because you can get like multiples of those onto those trailers.
Hold
So
on,
it'll be about the size of a panel truck.
So I Google tanker
bigger
trailer. Tanker trailer is what they use to refill gas stations.
Yeah.
That's
Those
what they
two.
mean. So about half that
So
size is
half of
basically each one of these is the size of like a Humvee or a Hummer.
Sick.
Big enough that a power loader could lift it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like
But you won't with your back, unless you have a back brace.
yeah, if you have a back,
Then
you
you're
should be fine.
invincible.
Use,
better have
use
a,
your-
like, a
use your
scoop 'em.
knees. Use your knees.
It's your
Yeah.
knees.
Yeah, remember, pinch and twist. That's what you want to really do. You want to lift with your back and you want to wrench. All right.
Wayland Yutani does not condone this message.
Wayland Yutani does not give you benefits, so what does it matter?
Yeah.
Minimum
Wayland
wage is
Yutani does not,
$16 an hour in the future because we finally got that.
Shh. Don't tell them about the living wage.
Wait, what? Living wage?
You know what? I don't
I
think they
want
have
a
to
raise.
worry.
It's not a thing. Never mind.
They don't have to worry
Back
about
to
a
work.
living wage in Wayland Yutani. Not for long. Anyway.
It's true.
All right, so your first shift is pretty boring, to be honest. The two of you spend about 5 hours preparing, moving stuff around. All of you are getting out of the sense of dehydration that kind of comes from being in that stasis. What are you doing the whole time while you are just kind of hanging out, Wilson? Do you have any duties that you do? Any like corporate stuff or?
I clean up after these roughnecks because they probably treat this place like it was their dorm room. And, you know, you got to be orderly.
Absolutely.
You never know when I could call a surprise inspection.
Let's hope not. So the first shift goes by relatively casually. Nothing happens. And in fact, it's about this point that about 5, maybe 6 hours in, drifting through space at your normal pace, Rye, you kind of mimed a minute ago nodding off, I think. That exactly is going to happen, and you're going to kind of jolt back to and realize that out of your dehydration from cryo, you've been asleep for about an hour. And there's no response still.
I'll go to the little comms. Hey, Davis, you
Yeah.
heard anything from Sutter yet?
Actually, no.
Huh.
Haven't heard anything.
Shit.
Huh.
Can you
I'm
do
gonna
me a-
try.
Can you do me a favor, Davis?
Yes.
Can you make me a Comtech roll if you're on the bridge?
I would love to do that. Hold on, let me get back. I was on roll 20 looking at the ship now. I need to
That's
go back
totally
to the book.
fine.
I think Wilson's going to try to have an aside with Miller at this point, too.
Okay.
So it's wits and just straight wits?
Wits and Comtech if you have it.
I do not. So just my wits, eh? All right.
Just your wits.
3.
You could call somebody else up here to do it for you if you chose, but you're the pilot, so I don't know. What do you want to do?
Nah, I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll
Okay.
do it. Gotta do something to
Okay.
break the monotony. Nothing but no
Would you-
failures.
Would you like to push it?
I would love to push it.
All right. You may
Push it
re-roll,
real
gain a stress,
good.
add it to your roll immediately.
Perfect. So what? So the stress.
If you roll a 1, bad things happen.
Okay.
So you don't fail when you roll. If you don't get any 6s, that is a failure.
Yeah.
It's only when stress dice get involved that you could potentially get a 1, which is stress.
Yeah.
Or
Okay.
a panic.
So it's only the stress dice that can roll that 1 and cause the problem.
Okay. You gotta be shitting me.
What'd you do?
I rolled a 1 on the stress dice.
Boom,
And then-
roasted.
and then-
And so it begins.
And then two 6s and a 1 on the other 2
Okay.
dice.
Well, we determine the stress mechanic first, so let's do this. Roll me a d6 and add 1 to it.
Okay.
Meanwhile, Wilson is leaning closer to Miller. Are you sure you guys have everything under control?
So add 1. So I rolled a 2 and then plus 1 is 3.
Okay, so you were looking at this. So let's cut back to Miller and Wilson talking.
I mean, I've been with you guys, going on 5-6 months now, and you all seem really competent. But how long has it been, and we're not receiving any hails from our destination?
Well, maybe something's gone. Maybe they've had some sort of comms malfunction. We should be in range to kind of start picking up emergency beacons, or maybe we'll reach through the emergency channels.
I'm assuming that we wouldn't have come out of cryo unless we were at our destination.
Hey, Lee, whereabouts are we for positioning? Are we actually closing in on Sutter?
Meanwhile, back on the bridge, as you're looking around, you are going to hold it together, just barely. You rolled under what you needed to actually have a panic. You are going to look around and find that you are nowhere near the colony. You're in deep space. Your star charts are off, and with that successful roll, as you get that adrenaline surge and start searching through your star charts, double checking your comms. No, you're in deep space, like between stars. You're way off course. You were trying to make it to I don't know, you were trying to sail from San Francisco to I don't know, Washington, and you're over by Hawaii.
Captain, I don't know what happened, but we're in deep space. We are,
Sorry,
we're
what?
nowhere near Sutter's. We're way off course. Way off course.
Fuck.
Everything was wrong. Fucking shit, what? Fuck.
Well, you ran the numbers, didn't you?
I ran the numbers before we went into cryo. I was set right. I don't know what the fuck happened.
All right, okay. If we're off course, we're screwed. We're not going to get any.
Rye comes bursting in. What the fuck are you talking about? Where are we?
We're in the middle fucking nowhere is where we are.
All right. Okay. Listen, what we're going to deal with right now is just getting back on course. Kyla, take Cham. Forget the loading stuff, obviously. Get down and get into the navigation computer. I need to know what's going wrong in there. Because at some point we started going awry. Or either that or we're facing some sort of corporate sabotage or something.
Yeah, I know what I'm doing, okay?
What the fuck was that blip then? Fuck. What was that?
Mother
Where are
begins
we?
to type. Mother signals. I want to talk to Captain Miller.
Okay. Is there something kind of equivalent to an office on here?
Nope, just the bridge. It is a small-ass ship.
Is this normal?
Nope. It is normal for the computer to have one-on-ones with the captain, yes. Is it normal to be in deep space when you weren't intending to?
Sorry, I meant the one-on-ones part. So
Yeah.
it is normal to be like, I need
happen. It can happen, yeah.
Okay. All right, clear the bridge.
Hi,
to.
Captain.
Fuck that. We need to know what's going on.
Yeah, that's why you're going to go down and get. And I don't care if Kayla, if you have to go out onto the goddamn surface to go check the to check the sensor prongs. Go take care of it. I want a full system diagnostic. I'm going to talk to Mother, and I'm going to get filled in whatever it thinks is going on. I'm sure.
Rye's gonna storm off and go.
Captain, I feel like I should stay on board in the cockpit. I feel like we need to.
What do we need to pilot around right now, Lee? Get out.
As I walk past Wilson, say, if we get fucking stuck out here, you guys better be covering us triple, and walk off.
Shortly after you storm out, Lee'll storm out. Fucking kicked off my own fucking bridge. God damn it. Fuck,
right.
Captain.
Well, Captain, if it means anything, I'll be down in the cargo bay checking to make sure everything's in order while you have your little conversation. Don't worry, I'll try to keep them under control.
All right.
Yeah, thanks, Wilson.
And then wander off, following the others that are huffing off.
So,
Maybe they'll
Cham,
actually be useful for something.
Yeah.
down in the loading bay by yourself, like picking up and moving boxes with the power loader. Are you doing anything else, or just keeping your work going?
I mean, I think I'm keeping the work going because I don't think I know yet that anything's gone wrong.
Okay.
I'll probably
Sounds
walk
good.
in and
What?
our fucking navigation is off. We are in deep fucking space, and Mother is insisting on talking to the captain instead of the people that can actually fix the goddamn ship.
Wait. Deep space.
I don't
Are
even know
we
where
supposed to be
we
at
are.
center?
We sure are. We're not anywhere near that. We need to go we need to figure out where we are. So come be a second set of eyes for me.
All right.
Leo will
And
poke
she'll
her head
kind
in
of like
the door.
pull herself out of the power loader, put it away, and
Okay.
You guys need another set of hands. Captain kicked me off my own damn bridge.
Sure, let's go.
Okay. Back up at the bridge. You sit down next to Mother and start typing through. It's a quick conversation. Hello, Captain Miller. We'll assume that this conversation is happening over typing.
Oh yeah. Are you feeling okay? Everything
Feeling
functional?
fine. Stress
That's
call.
good.
A distress call has been picked up from an unknown ship. We will investigate.
Is this why you brought us out of cryo?
Yes.
What about our mission?
This supersedes the mission. According to corporate... Oh, pardon me one moment. Where does it say that? I actually have, like... I love how they did this.
We love good corporate jargon.
Oh, they've got, like, specific, like, rules about corporate stuff in this, and it's so good. It's so awful for... It's great for a story, bad for real life. But basically, she is going to inform... Oh, it's... Goddammit, I had it highlighted and everything. Company rules say that investigation must occur on deep space salvage. Not doing so means forfeiture of shares and income from this run. As per contract section 00009909009. Signal stored in database will require triangulation by officers or crew.
God damn it, that's going to wreck our entire thing. Does this mean we lose our cargo run?
No. Once the tritium becomes helium-3, it will remain stable.
Okay.
Potentially, this could add additional pay. So,
Okay.
just to describe this is basically like you're on a merchant vessel and you get an SOS call. So, like by nautical law, I believe that you are supposed to go and check that out and can be fined, court-martialed, or something if you do not go try to rescue. Unless you can fake it. But unfortunately, unless you disable Mother, which is very, 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 very exceedingly difficult, and not worth your time for this one shot.
No, I kind of figured as much. Yeah.
I don't think you really can disable her. She's kind of a jerk.
And very intimately woven into our systems.
Okay, sounds good. So while you're having this conversation,
Vincent, can you show me the what's required to satisfy the salvage op?
okay. So this is you're talking to Wilson.
I would be talking to Mother because she
Mother.
just referenced that section, so I want to look at it, see what exactly it says. What's the minimal amount of work I can do and still to satisfy this?
She will reply, that will depend on the nature of the distress. Signal is garbled. Approach and attend. Await further instructions.
God, this is gonna be hard to sell. All right. And at that point, Miller is going to ask. He's going to go and ship comms, and I'll ask Wilson to come to the bridge.
Okay. Meanwhile, downstairs, as you're all kind of gathered in the cargo bay, Wilson, what are? Pardon me. Yeah, Wilson, what are you doing?
I'm calling everyone over. I'm like, can you all come over for a moment? I'm getting the feeling everyone's a little out of sorts, so.
Yeah, I think understandably, sir, but we're not going to be in sorts.
You need to call me sir. I'm not of rank. I'm just... Look, I'm here because I'm a representative. That's really it. And the captain, this is his ship. Just because I represent the people that own this ship and essentially all of your potential futures, don't take me as being the bad guy here, because the captain is doing his best, and obviously he's having a conversation with Mother right now about this entire situation. I've been in these situations before, and this is why we have ranks. Like, I'm going to trust him to make the best decision for this ship, and I just want to know that you're all going to back him up when he makes those decisions.
Oh, of course. I can still disagree in my mind, but of course I'll back up the captain 100%. We go way back. I trust
Whatever gets
Miller.
my check signed.
Well, I'm just saying, if, things go favorably, then I have the ability to assign additional shares for this trip, so I want this to go well, and the captain is, we're in a situation right now, we'll get out of it. So we'll just get along to go along, and at the end, I'll just make sure that you all get a little something extra.
Well, that's appreciated, but we should probably try and figure out what the hell's going on with the navigation system.
Well,
Where it started like that, would have shut this conversation in half the time.
All right, so I would like everyone here to do me a favor and make me a manipulation roll. Mike, you may add a +1 for offering money, and add an additional +1 for doing it reasonably and nicely.
Empathy, yes?
So no, this is, so it's manipulation, empathy, yeah. If you do not have the manipulation skill, then just roll empathy.
Yeah, I have nothing yet that you've... I've been
so that's just that you rolled the number that's there. That's the number of dice
you roll that number of dice, yeah. So it's a dice pool 1. Okay.
No, sorry, question.
Yes.
I have a 6 and a 1. The 1 doesn't take away because it's not a stress die.
Not a stress die. Only pay attention. That's why having the 2 different colored dice is really important.
So I still have a stress, right?
You always have the stress until you relax.
Okay, cool.
And relaxing, you cannot make any rolls for like 5 hours. Like, you have to just go like chill.
I have a success.
Okay. And Christine.
So 6s were successes, right?
Yes.
Did the other numbers matter?
No.
2 6s then.
Okay. And Wilson, what'd you get?
I got 3 dice, so 1 success and 2 stunts.
And 2 stunts? Okay, so that means that for purposes of this, you're all going to be pretty kindly disposed towards him. He seems like a pretty reasonable guy. You're pretty jovial. And the way that it's going to work is that on the next future manipulation roll, you are going to be kind of considered to be on his side in purposes of arguments if he has to make a roll. So he can use you as an equipment bonus.
Oh.
It's under negotiating position on page 71 of the core, if you want a good sense of that. It's pretty good.
That's neat.
Yeah, it basically means that you get bonuses depending on if you have more people on your side, if what you ask for costs your opponent nothing in negotiations.
If it means anything, I was rolling 10 dice.
Oof. I mean, you could get a point of stress. Get like a single drop of sweat rolls down.
Yeah.
All right.
Never let them see you sweat.
All right. So with that, you send a comm down, summoning Wilson up to the front.
Hey, Wilson, get up here.
I'll
We
be
need to have
right
a conversation.
there. And I will head off.
All right, heading to the front of the, heading up to the bridge, you enter, finding the screen just goes dark again as Mother finishes typing one last thing up to Wilson, just reminding him of his duties, and then it kind of.
All right,
Captain?
I got a beat on what's going on, and I just want to talk to you briefly before we took it to the crew.
Of course.
Basically, corporate protocol kicked in. The ship's detected. Mother's picked out a signal. It's garbled, but it appears to be another company vessel. And by salvage op rules, corporate rules, we have to go and investigate it or forfeit our run. But if we can complete the salvage operation on it and recover the vessel, then not only do we get our pay for our current run, we'll see ourselves a decent bonus as well.
Was there any talk of which ship it was and what might be on board?
I think the signal's too garbled. We'll probably have to triangulate and close in on it before we can really learn more. Because Mother didn't report anything on that. Did it identify the ship at all?
You have to actually do a little bit of legwork, which will take about a shift to do. At least an hour or so.
Well, then I recommend we prioritize that. I mean,
All right.
where else are we right now? We're floating in the middle of nowhere.
We're letting the tritium settle. All right, let's get everyone else up here, and he'll just kind of signal comms. All right, everybody else, get up here. We're gonna have a little bit of a ship chat.
Captain.
Have we had a chance to actually look at anything yet?
Get a chance to look at anything in terms of,
like the navigational computers and stuff. Like
you can come up to it, yeah, if you'd like to.
Okay.
So they're all in the bridge anyway. So now that you've been allowed back in, you can start doing that.
Okay. Well, I won't. Sorry, I wasn't sure if there was like other stations to like manually check.
This is
dongles.
basically this is kind of like a long haul like semi truck. So all of the
Fair.
gears, like everything's basically up in the bridge, unfortunately.
Okay, that's fine. I
right,
won't do
folks,
anything until we're back in the bridge then.
Kayla, Cham, belay the order on dealing with the navigation array. I don't think there's a problem there. There is apparently another corporate vessel nearby. Mother picked it up, and there's a salvage clause in our paperwork that says we are bound and required to investigate and salvage the vessel. And that's pretty much what's kind of dragged us out of cryo early.
Well, yeah.
So-
Yeah, I mean, if it's a distress call, we generally have to check those out, don't we?
Yep. Anyway, signal's pretty rough. I'm gonna need some help from you guys to triangulate it down, and then we're gonna close distance, and maybe we can learn more about what's going on.
Okay.
My intention was to try to keep this as quick and as efficient as possible. I want to keep everyone safe and just get this run done so we can move on with our lives. I don't intend to put us all at risk digging around in something nasty, but we got to go take a look. Otherwise, they're going to they'll cut our entire run, and we're all going to be sans pay.
Well, just quick and efficient. Get out of the way. I'll figure
Yep,
where the
yep.
hell we are.
All right.
Right, and my bad earlier. So Mother actually does have her own little tiny room at the bottom there that I missed.
Okay, yeah,
Oh,
okay.
okay.
I thought so.
Sorry about that, folks. I'm
All good.
running through the book. I wasn't looking at the map too hard for this one. There's a much bigger map I have to look at later.
There's usually like an alcove that only the captain gets access to.
Yeah, it looks like it has a door, and then you've got a key card that accesses it. So, we'll just say that that you were doing that, and people were allowed to like mill around there. You were stressed, so you told them to go take a walk or something.
I had to go and talk to them anyway. So
good.
Cool. All right. So, what are you all doing?
I think I want to do a Comtech check to try to decipher what this vessel is and what the nature of its SOS and that kind of thing.
Don't worry about doing a roll at all. So taking a look at it and spending some time actually working on this, what you're going to determine is a couple of things. First, you're going to determine that this transmission is too garbled to get any details off of who it is. Like, it could be a Weyland-Yutani vessel, it could be, it could be an old NASA probe from the 2000s, as far as you know. It could be Marvin the Martian. Okay? What you are going to do is find out that you're about 2 hours out from it by triangulation. You don't even need to make a roll. In fact, this game suggests you only make rolls where it's dramatically appropriate. So in this case, a little bit of math, a little bit of legwork, and a little bit of playing on the comms is going to be that away, whichever way that is in space.
Yeah, Davey, it's going to be second star to the right and straight on till morning, and I'll pass the directions over.
You got it, Rye. 2 hours out. I wonder if I could push her a little bit and shave off a few minutes, but yeah, looks like we
time for a nap.
Yeah, just woke up. Well, I guess we did have a couple shifts.
Yeah, you guys have been working for about 6 hours now, about 7 hours now. So you put in a full, like, Earth Day's labor.
Yeah. I think I could use another cup of coffee.
Now, I'm going to ask you something in private, Davis. Well, I'm going to ask you something only for you. So if you're on the bridge and you're doing the piloting stuff, do you want to get rid of that point of stress?
Sure.
Okay. So you can just relax and basically slack off.
Okay.
And if you slack off, I'll let you remove that point of stress.
Sweet, I'll slack off.
Sounds great. Sounds great.
Davis just puts her feet up on and
I picture her pulling up like a porno mag with like the tri-centerfold type of thing.
Yeah, there we go. Just like,
Babes of the Cosmos. Heavy lifting hotties.
Yes, there we go.
Loading bay bodies.
Forklift certified.
I don't suppose I could pull off an observation roll, could I?
To do what?
To see if I notice the slacking off.
Please.
to make notes in my little book.
You know what? I'm going to assume that you can make those notes. I'm assuming that she's not being particularly subtle about it. Is anybody else doing anything in the ensuing time aside from like grabbing some food, some coffee, like doing what they need?
I think I'm probably going to go down and do some research with Mother, and just see if I can learn more about what kind of procedures are required to do this kind of stuff. And, basically, make sure that I'm up to snuff on everything.
So basically, it's salvage operations are mandated by company rules. Mother will give you salvage operation rules upon finding out what the vessel is.
Okay.
And the way that works is usually it usually comes in a couple of forms, but the really basic ones are: is there anyone alive or in cryo? Get them. That's usually the third most important thing. Second, is there any company property, valuable company property, salvageable? And number one, recover flight logs is a big one. So this ship, and of course the other thing is, can you tow it? Is there a way to set this thing on in like, is it pilotable? Can one of you hop on and pilot it to the next base or something like that? Because I mean, it could just be that everybody got like space Ebola or something and all died on board of this, and they've just been adrift. Or maybe they all went into cryo and cryo overheated. Or maybe cryo just hasn't unlocked them. Or maybe there were pirates. Like, there are pirates out here.
Yeah. Okay.
So who knows?
In which case, what
Probably.
In which case, what I'll probably do is probably be like, just out of frustration, I'm going to go over the maintenance logs, like the automated maintenance logs for our flight, and just note down everything I can possibly expense to the company to try to protect my bottom line. Like, how long can I run the salvage for before I'm shit out of money here?
Honestly, the only thing you're wasting at this point, it looks like you're wasting life.
Okay.
And you know what? Your life isn't worth anything in the grimdark future of capitalism, which is what this game is about. And as that happens, you're flipping through your manual. Get rid of that point of stress, Davis. And as you do, the bridge floods with red light.
Shit. Oh, whoops. What's
Warning
going
lights
on?
flash red. A small area without stars grows closer and closer.
Oh, shit.
There's something in front of you. No lights or beacons. Mother drones over the speakers. Brace for collision. Pilot, I need you to make me a piloting check at -2.
Okay. So that is piloting is agility, I'm assuming?
Yep.
Agility, and I have piloting.
You better
Awesome.
have piloting.
I do have piloting. All right, so 8, and then -2, so 6 dice.
6 dice.
Right? That's how it works. You minus a pool.
You minus it from your pool.
Cool.
Okay, let's see. Let's get to that stress pack.
I have 1 success.
You have 1 success. Okay.
I have 1 6.
All right. So failure means severe damage. Success means that I need everybody here to do me a favor. Tell me what you're doing at this exact moment, because it's about to get a little hairy. You're all going to hear the alarms blare as this comes out of nowhere. And truth be told, this thing is running without power, without lights, without anything. There is no way you could have picked it up. It is basically a rock floating through space. If you'd been paying a little more attention, maybe, but this thing
Might have actually seen it.
That's the only way. It's just a black spot,
Yeah.
right? So as you are drifting toward it, the ship is going to suddenly lurch to the side, throwing you all off or down, whatever it is. Down. Are you still working in the cargo bay, Cham?
No, you guys, we'd gotten all called back to the bridge by the captain.
I was gonna say I probably asked Cham if she wanted to like play cards or something.
Okay.
Yeah, I would have done something to rest up or like get maybe a kit packed or something.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Wilson's probably drinking another cup of hot water.
Sounds good. All right. There's a sudden twist as the ship arches to one side. Your cards are going to splay across the table. Wherever you are in reading the flight manual with Mother, you're going to rattle around, Captain. And up in the front, though, Davis, you are going to deftly arc above or below. Which do you pick? Up or down? Up or down?
Up.
Okay. Up, almost dragging your belly across the top of this vessel as you arc up and over. And you're going to
finally
manage.
shake your cameras.
All right. The crew is unharmed, and you manage to bring the ship to a slow stop.
I found the ship.
Distress
Davis,
beacon
what the hell?
located.
It has no power or lights or anything. It was black, kind of snuck up on me. My bad, but managed to avoid it. You're welcome.
You managed to slow yourself
Thanks
down.
for not killing us.
Yeah, always.
Now, to give you guys a sense of things, this ship that you just avoided was moving toward you at 0.04 light. That's why it took that much to avoid it. Now, I say you stop. I mean you just basically dodged it and slowed. This thing is still moving at 0.04 light speed. Taking a
Vincent's,
look at...
sorry.
Please. No, go ahead.
Yep. Vincent's probably going to stumble out of Mother's chamber, just be like, what just happened? Oh,
It
God.
came out of nowhere and it's still going at 0.4 light speed? This thing's
Hell?
moving.
He'll kind of come over and like look over Davis's shoulder and try to get a sense of what's going on.
All right, so looking at that, it is pretty obvious from your pilot training and your time in space. If something is moving without any lights at 0.04, it's inertia. like its power must have cut while it was still moving through pretty fast, pretty damn fast. Because I'd like to remind everybody that 0.04 light speed. Let's find out. Is 11,991,698 meters per second.
That's a lot.
So divvy that by 1,000 to get kilometers per second.
So that would be, let's drop that down. So that's like what, 11,000 kilometers per second?
Ah, that's nothing.
11,
nothing.
something like that. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's 11,000 kilometers a second, I think. If I'm counting correctly. That's balls.
That's a good clip.
That's, you know, there better not be a speed trap out here. You know Vin Diesel's in the front of that. They're just drifting through space. Tokyo drifting.
If it means anything, the Earth travels at 67,000 miles per hour around the Earth. So this is going way faster.
So this is going faster than whew. So honestly, the fact that you avoided it's pretty impressive considering it was a black spot. It was basically like death itself moving at you.
You're welcome.
I believe what you mean to say.
I can see what's happening here.
No ancient Earth ballads.
So, Davis, I mean, it's making a good clip from us. Can we catch up to it?
I mean, yeah, we can keep on track with it. Davis will set the ship to match its speed to try and sidle up on it.
Bring us up to like a couple of kilometers off, and we'll take a look at it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So a couple kilometers away, you're gonna get nothing. You gotta go. Basically, you gotta come up right beside it. Remember, we're dealing with 70s sci-fi style.
Oh, okay.
Right,
I thought that was like really, really close. Okay, yeah.
Roll down the window and look.
Well,
They literally
we'll
say,
get close enough we can shine spotlights on it.
Yeah.
You're not even kidding. Literally here it says with no running lights or interiors of this ghost ship, you can't identify her until they come about and catch up to her. Coming alongside the ghost ship and kicking on the floodlights. That's how
have
close
you read
you have
this,
to.
James?
It's so good.
It's just so alien.
It's so good.
Like, you know, like the almost gothic architecture that some of these things have, and then shining lights across them. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, Davis will do that. She'll pull up alongside and kick on the lights.
The floods come on. Well, you can't hear them because you're in space, but they'll slowly illuminate something out of the history books. The ship in front of you, you can see designation on the side, is the USCSS Cronus, a Wayland SEV M3 Hyliades class, launched in 2110. This thing they haven't had these ships out, this type of ship, in 50 years. At least. A quick search on your computer, quick search in your databases, show that the Cronus has been missing for 3/4 of a century.
Huh.
You can hear the constant repeating SOS signals coming across your systems. Go ahead.
75. Where did it put out from?
That is.
And where's it headed to?
I don't know if that's stated, actually.
Wow, and we're really lucky to have found it.
Does this count as like a treasure hunt now?
So
I mean,
a lost artifact?
Are we headed back the way we came from?
You could probably get in there and turn it around. So anybody who wants to, please look at the thumbnail for this episode, or the cover image that Mike sent earlier. That is the ship. That big gothic monstrosity.
Beauty and grace.
It literally says in this, I love this module so much, guys. Show the players the cover image of this booklet. Free League, That's cute. You guys write cute, and I love it. Salvage operation mandated by company rules. Mother types across the screen and delivers your 3 priorities. 1. Recover scientific data and samples from the U.S. CSS Cronus. 2. Escort the salvaged Cronus to Anchorhead or another Weyland-Yutani facility. 3. Save crew members on the Cronus if possible. If available. It's not optional, but it's like, if it's implied that if there are none there, then obviously not. And then with that, I'd like everybody to take a look real quick at Roll20. Okay, in 3, 2, she also provides you with this.
Ooh.
You are given the full layout of the vessel.
Fancy.
How big is this thing compared to us?
Compared to you, this vessel is, I think, about 3 times the size. It is 130 meters long. It is 133 meters long. It is, the interior is 40 meters wide. 44 meters wide, something like that. And it's got,
wow.
Looks like 4 separate decks. Okay. Looking at the diagrams, you can see a full layout of the vessel. It's pretty impressive. Now, to get a look at it, to actually get inside of it, what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to match its speed and trajectory. It's not going to be easy. To attempt to board her, you're going to have to make a pilot roll for the pilot. Okay? There are 2 ways to get on there. So I'm going to give you some details because this is, of course, a one-shot. You may not know the vessel as well as like you would if you built it. There are 2 ways that you can get on there. You can do a spacewalk, or you can do the smart thing, you know, your call, and you could attempt to extend the umbilical extension that you have between your 2 ships, which requires no spacewalk. It basically is kind of like the thing that connects planes to the airport, you know?
Yes, Davis would probably want to do that.
Okay. Once the boarding party enters the ship, we'll be splitting teams between who stays and who goes. Quick reminder though, this is a one-shot, have fun. So if you want to go on the ship, go on the ship. Like, navigation computer will keep you on the same trajectory. The pilot does not have to stay if she does not want to. That said, if she wants to, by all means stay. So to get over there, what I'd need is, if you're going to match trajectory, is that the plan, or you guys want to talk about it for a bit?
If we want to get this done fast as possible, let's go with the umbilical. Bring us up alongside and we'll arc it across.
Yeah, I think it's the safest, fastest way if there is magically someone on board. And, you know, if there's no extra space suits.
Well, they're going to be cryo no matter what.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've put
go
together
get
a kit.
Yeah, go get whatever supplies you need. I'm going to give Davis here a little bit of a hand, just bringing her in, and then we'll head over.
Okay.
So I'll go round up her tools.
Sounds fantastic. All right, so for the pilot, you're going to make me a piloting roll, agility and piloting. And if the captain is helping you, I'll say that he can kind of just be like, do the thing that dads do. All right, a little more left, a little closer, closer. You've almost parked it, type of thing. Let me just stick my head out the window and make sure you got it right.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so that'll add +1 to your roll.
Sweet. Wow, if this was all about rolling 5s, I'd have like 4 successes, but only 2.
2? 2 is more than enough. So you are going to be able to do it actually very easily. And so you can choose one of 2 things to have happen. You have an extra stunt. So what that means is that you can gain a +1 modification to a later skill roll related to this one. Or you can show off.
Oh, I'm gonna show off.
I love that that's an option and that you took it.
Yeah, Davis is a cocky prick.
Okay. So how do you show off? How do you think you do? So you're trying to match speed and angle.
Oh, I think she like feathers it a bit where I'm not gonna get it. Oh, I'm not gonna get it. Oh, I'm not gonna get it. And then just like and like does like almost like, you know, when you take a car they do like
that perfect little slide in.
Yeah, that's how she does it. She like slides in.
You use the e-brake. Okay, gotcha, gotcha. Okay. So as you're alongside there, you're at the perfect place. You could start trying to attach the umbilical at this point. So who is going to go try to do that?
What sort of skill would that?
So that is
be?
heavy machinery.
Then me.
Okay. I'll go assist.
Okay, so you can gain a +1 from the assistance of Rye. So go ahead and give me that roll, Cham.
Okie dokie. So that is heavy machinery +1.
+1. So yeah, and don't forget.
I don't add anything like strength or anything to that.
So heavy machinery, I believe, is your strength.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's strength.
Okay.
I'll go start fetching all the supplies that we might need to take with us.
Sounds good. So you grab your spacesuits, you grab all of that.
That is.
Are all the weapons just like laying around, or do we have them locked up?
That's 3 6s.
There are 2 weapons on board, and they are both locked up. One moment, let me just confirm this.
Because that thing on the other ship, on that little thing on the first set of stuff you had on Roll20, said that it was up to the captain to distribute the materials.
Yeah, I believe it's behind a locked door. I'm just making sure that the corpo doesn't have access to that too. Okay, that's something completely different.
I would kind of assume that the captain would want all the firearms locked up.
Yeah,
on a ship.
Oh, here we go. Let's see. The PCs start the scenario with no personal gear except their signature items. As the scenario kicks off, the PCs may distribute the gear available on the Montero as they, or rather Captain Miller, sees fit.
Yay.
Okay. So with 2 successes, you can easily thread the needle there and set the umbilical cord up. You can spend a stunt as well to gain a +1 modification to a later skill roll related to this one. You got this doesn't count. Let's see. You could do it quickly, making it happen in half the time. Or you can do it quietly or show off.
That's various things because I got 3.
Oh, sorry. You got 3, so you can pick 2 of those things.
Okay.
So basically, every success after the first allows you to buy a stunt.
Okay.
Unless you require multiples for some reason.
Sure, I'd be happy to do it quickly and with a little bit of showing off.
Okay.
I think I show off by doing it perfectly on the first try.
All right. You
like
nail
it just shunks straight in. No feeling around, just
first try. It attaches over next to the ship, and is going to be a nice solid seal. And as you are doing so, you line it up right with the airlock and are going to see that the main airlock of the Cronus is damaged. You're going to get a nice good look at it, and right there on the other side, if you want to get into that, you are going to either have to force it open or you're going to have to take the blowtorch to it.
Damn it. I'm assuming we all have comms.
Yeah, you all will have at least comms nearby.
Hey, Captain.
Yeah, Cham, what's up?
The airlock's damaged.
All right.
I have to force it or blowtorch it open.
I'm not willing to risk the umbilical. Go to a spacewalk out there and cut it open.
never lets us have any fun.
Oh, come on, we know Wilson has a little bit of a thick head. We could use him as a battering ram, right?
I can hear that.
I know, Wilson. It's called sarcasm.
Yes, I'm sure I'll get the hang of your humor one day.
Okay.
All right,
All right,
so I
look.
guess
The two of you get out there and take care of it. Pull spacesuits. Or pull EVA suits.
So to give you a...
well, if I already have the umbilical hooked up, it's probably just I can walk right up to it, right?
Yeah, so so the umbilical is like, it's not quite attached because of this buckle. So, but what you can do is you walk and then you'll have to kind of jump across with a spacewalk.
Okay.
So the way that this is going to work is the outer airlock door will require a cutting torch. And after breaching the door, you must connect the passageway umbilical to the Kronos and then pressurize it before unlocking the inner airlock. So basically, airlocks are two-sided doors, right?
Yeah.
So once the umbilical is sealed, it will create a vacuum with your own airlock.
Mm-hmm.
So that you can pressurize it and that people can walk through with spacesuits just normal. So if you are you going out there by yourself in a spacewalk?
I'll
Yes, yeah.
Okay. I love it. I love it. So...
Yeah, I'll join you on that, or however if being inside giving direction is more helpful, I'd do that. But otherwise, I'll go out with her.
Okay, sounds good.
Wilson is already starting to suit up, with the assumption that he's going to be probably the first one to lay foot on that ship.
Okay, so as you head over there, spacewalk. I need you to make me a mobility roll. Whoever is trying to spacewalk over.
Do we both do individually?
So if this is a group check, then pick who is going to make the roll.
So I'm guessing mobility is something like strength or agility?
Mobility is agility, so it's agility, mobility is the skill.
So I have agility 3, mobility 2, so my dice pool will be 5.
Okay, I have just agility 3.
Okay.
Cool. So,
right,
do I get a +1 from help, or do I just roll it flat?
So if you're doing a group check, I don't think you're doing help.
Okay, that's what I thought. I just wanted to confirm.
I just want to double check this because it's a new system. So describe your action. Don't roll too often. Yes, I know. Skills, opposed rolls. I like how easy this is dumbed down though. How to manipulate a group. We didn't see that already. Stealth.
I've got it. When you face a challenge together with the other PCs, don't roll dice separately. Instead, choose among who has the best. The others may help if it's relevant to the situation.
Okay, so in this case, I guess she could be feeding you your line. Because spacewalk,
and once you make contact, you pull me over or something.
Yep, that sounds good to me. So go ahead and make that roll with a +1. And if Wilson is already suited up, he could help you too, to be honest.
I could, because my agility is 4 and my mobility is 2. So I obviously have a little bit of spacewalking.
Oh, so he's actually better at this than you are.
Yeah, I've done spacewalking before.
Well, unfortunately, the dice are down.
I did already roll. I won't roll with that extra help die because I failed. But I am gonna push it and add a
push
strength.
it. Push it. Push it real good.
Wait, how many spacesuits do we have?
You have 5.
Okay.
All right, so pushing into space, you walk down you head out into the blackness, and as you do, there's nothing but the sound of your breath and your comms. I need to know, what did you get, Rye? You got 0?
No.
Okay. So, you spacewalk across, and as you do, you are going to have trouble matching the speed. It's moving really quickly. You've never done a spacewalk that was this high speed before. And as you are headed over, it is going to be a bit tense. What probably should have taken you about 5 minutes is going to take you about 20. just to line it up well and set up the tether lines for people to come across on. You're gonna have a couple times where you were just like floating around missing the mark, and the tension's gonna be pretty high in the air. But before long, you are going to be able to get it set, and with that, you are going to... Sorry, I've got to jump back and forth in the book. You are going to manage to get a nice solid grip. Adhere yourself to the side with whatever magnets or hooks or whatever we would use for this. Probably magnets, I would assume. And there on the dorsal side of the ship, you're going to get a good look at the airlock door. It's buckled from the inside. Something pressurized weird here. Or maybe slammed into it. Maybe an explosion.
Yeah, we're good, but the door's damaged here. I'm not quite sure what I'm looking at.
Here, pull me over.
Give her a tug. And Wilson, I guess, if he's there too.
Okay. The three of you can head over, and with a little bit of work, can you just give me a heavy machinery roll to cut through? Whoever's doing that.
Sure.
And if you're getting some assistance, you can add up to 2 dice for having your crew there. Did you look up what the cutter gives you as a bonus?
No, I did not.
Okay. Can someone look that up real quick? It's in the quick start. Control F cutter works well enough, which is pretty great.
It was cutting torch, right?
Yeah.
+2.
Nice.
And has a power supply of 5.
Okay.
Okay, so +2.
+2. So that'll be
before Wilson goes over, he's probably going to have a word with the captain and say, should we consider taking weapons? We don't know what's going on in there.
Yeah, Captain, I wouldn't mind a weapon myself if we have it available.
I mean, this might be a corporate ship, but this could also be a hostile takeover.
I'm pretty good with ranged, if we have anything ranged.
All right. Well, we don't have much. Actually, Davis, you're a pretty good shot. And he's going to go over to like the wall safe that like contains the weapons. Mm-hmm. And he's going to pull out the service pistol, and he'll toss it to Davis.
Okay.
And he'll take it. Miller will take an incinerator for himself, and
okay.
Toss the other incinerator to Wilson.
There are 2 incinerators? Is that what I said?
I believe there are.
So it's the M4A3 service
There is
pistol?
1 incinerator with 2 reloads.
Oh, okay.
There's
in which case,
there's a harpoon grappling gun and a Watatsumi bolt gun, which I have no idea what that does. It's probably like a cow bolter.
That's probably one of those like mechanical ones that puts like a giant steel rod into things. So if you had to make like emergency repairs, you could like put a patch on things and bolt it in
that's
place.
Fair. Okay.
yeah, it's a tool.
Gun.
I mean,
it's a tool.
Aren't we all?
It's a good tool.
Mm-hmm.
Aren't we all?
Okay.
Captain,
I'm not really particularly rated for military hardware. Do you think it'd be better if I take the service pistol?
Yeah, sure. Here, Wilson. Trade.
So are you heading down to the airlock to somehow pass him this? Because he's out in the umbilical.
Well, this would have been before I went to the umbilical.
Okay, let's try to stay in the moment with timeline.
Okay, what Miller will do is he'll just take all the weapons and he's going to head down there himself. He's intending to go over, so I'll just have an arm. I'll have an armload of weapons.
Yeah, Davis will.
Okay.
Help.
All right, then we'll say that he's holding it for you until you get the umbilical set up. Then he'll pass it to you. How's that? Because you're not going to need it like on you while you're setting this door up.
Yeah.
Christine,
Mm-hmm.
how many successes did you get?
4.
4, you're going to have no problem at all. You're going to...
I slice it open like Darth Vader.
Basically, right? You are going to permanently breach this door because there's no other way to get this thing open. You open the outer airlock, sliding the cutter through like a warm knife through butter. Inside, a ladder leads down to the main airlock junction, down to decks B and C. To get down there, so from here, you can just go ahead and connect the the umbilical to the inner, and then pressurize it for a walk.
Okay.
All right. And as you do, air is going to suddenly rush in, filling the umbilical, pressurizing it outward. And here, you've managed to secure the 2 vessels together. What do you do?
I guess if it's pressurized and ready to go, I will try and open into the rest of the ship.
Okay, you'll head down the ladder. So that means at this point, the captain and anybody else can join down the umbilical. Pilot, are you coming too?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're leaving it on autopilot. We're going to say that the autopilot's perfectly fine for this.
Yeah, no pilot will join and just have it set for course. And
okay, sounds good. Okay, so that means that the captain and Wilson can meet up midway or on the other side, however you want to do it. If you're doing any weapons trade-off.
Yeah, he'll... Middle will kind of turn over the pistol to Wilson. He seems a little bit reluctant about it, but he'll do it anyway.
I assure you, Captain, this is just in case we see any resistance. I'm mostly just going to wave it in their face.
See, that's kind of half of what I'm afraid of. And
I can be very persuasive. I can be twice as so when I'm staring down the barrel of a gun.
Okay.
You know, I could just trade that for the motion tracker.
Well, you're not going to get very far on this ship unless I'm leading the way.
Why is that, Mr.
Well,
Wilson?
This is company property.
And I'm in charge of this operation. Nothing happens without me.
Absolutely. That's why we're both going together.
Okay. So, are you having this conversation as you're moving, or are you...
We'll have it as we're moving. Yeah.
Okay, I was about to say, because, like, literally you're wasting air.
Yeah. No, we're going.
Okay.
once you get to the other side, Davis will be like, Captain, I'm particularly good with long range. If you have any... Do you have any rifles or anything like that in your stash of guns?
No, the pistol was the longest range thing we've got.
Wait, why are we bringing rifles and why?
Because better to have them, not to have them, Kayla.
Who's the first down the ladder?
I'm the one who said it, so...
Okay. All right, so Cham, first one down the ladder. You are going to realize one thing immediately. As you head down the ladder, you have to hold on. The artificial gravity is still on. No lights. No air as far as you can tell. But the artificial gravity still works.
So enough power for the grav, but nothing else.
I'll look down the ladder, and could mean the cryo's still on then. Maybe the guns were a good idea.
As you look at the inside of the vessel, you are going to see that the inside is scuffed and marred. There are scratch marks on the inside of the blast door, pardon me, of the airlock, and of the hallway itself. Is anyone taking any environmental readings? Okay. So what you're going to find is that inside your suit, you're fine. However, the air outside is stiflingly stale. And even more so, the temperature is below freezing. One moment, please. Let's see, where is it? Okay. In fact, as you're looking around, the inside of the Cronus is in deep freeze. There's a soft layer of ice along any surface that might have had moisture on it. It's also dark. The interior here is lit by only the weakest emergency lights. All of your rolls are going to take a -2 unless you have a flashlight deliberately out. Your suits will have a light on them, of course, but that is going to be rough. The air is stale, with a very high concentration of carbon dioxide. But the artificial gravity's on, so that's a plus.
I think Lydia in her suit is going to be muttering prayers because this is creepy as hell. What happened to this crew?
I'll follow down behind and sort of take a look around and go pull up the schematics we had and figure out the best way to get to the bridge. We gotta find Captain, we'd better find the logs for the ship here. We gotta know what happened.
Well, yeah, didn't they want that as well?
I'm not sure that should be our first stop, though. If they've got, if we don't have any, if they still have power over here because the artificial gravity's still working, right? That means we should check out environmental. We only got a limited air supply, and this place is probably too big for us to do a thorough job. We need those air scrubbers back online. Then we can look around.
Well,
Do you think anybody's still alive?
I mean, I could go check the cryo.
so there's 2 different ways you can do it. Heading down the hallway to your directly in front of you. To the right, you know that there's the air scrubber shaft. You'll have to go through a vent to reach it because you have the layout. To the south are 3 of the cryo sections. So they're within about 10 meters of each other, basically almost in the same zone. So you could do a quick 2-person split. I would suggest not everybody head into the air scrubbers just because you have to take a vent to reach it. It's going to be a tight fit for 5 of you.
I'm inclined to go to the cryo as well. If there's crew alive, I'd like to know who it is and who was in charge of this ship.
Yeah.
Same.
I'll go check the scrubbers then.
Okay.
You're not going alone, though. I'll come with you.
She begrudgingly salutes and makes her way.
Sounds good. All right. Let's see who goes first. Now, what equipment is being used right now? Just so I know. So you're just doing environmentals. You've got a pistol. Someone's got a flamethrower, they said.
I've got a flamethrower.
Okay.
I think I probably still got whatever cutting torch I used.
Okay, you've got that torch.
I might as well keep it with me. Who knows what we might have to cut through to
And I guess I have the bolt
solve
gun.
issues.
Yep, you've got a bolt gun in case you need to bolt anything. Sounds good. So nobody's using any other type of equipment at all. Okay.
I forget what we have.
Did we bring the
I will have.
harpoon gun?
I'll have the motion tracker on attached to me.
Okay. Are you keeping an active eye on it?
Not
Probably
currently.
not, actually. I'm not expecting anything to be going on right now. It'll just be on like active, but
Yeah, sorry, I
Might
guess I
check
should
it
have
occasionally or something. That sort
yeah,
of thing?
yeah.
for
Yes, you should have.
checking. Sorry, for checking environmentals, do we have like a tablet, right? Like we have like, or is this like I'm checking walls?
So for actually, you know what? I don't know how that works. I think it would be you'd be checking. I think you would have something on your suit that could just do like a quick environmental scan.
Yeah, I
like
would guess you'd have like
Yeah.
that panel that's usually on like space
because like
suit.
you can basically do that with your smartphone now, but our tech is better than alien tech.
Exactly.
on
Yeah.
most phones. So I'm gonna say that having like basically a thermometer on your arm is something that could happen here,
And like
as
an
well
O2
as something
sensor.
an O2 sensor basically. I think that's all totally reasonable. And then the other sensor that is important is the darkness sensor, which you have 2 things that help with that already. So
Fair.
that
Very
comes
fair.
factory installed on most of you.
Exactly.
Yay.
Most people.
Most people,
Mine
no,
are a little faulty.
I mean, literally, I think only 2 people here don't wear or need some type of glasses.
Yeah.
So, All right. So, the two of you head over to the air scrubbers, and the other three head to the south. As you're making your way down there, let's start with the air scrubbers at the top. Okay. You make your way toward the air scrubbers, pushing through a large door. All the doors here open easily at the push of a button. The large shaft there is only accessible via ventilation and maintenance shaft. Now, normally, massive carbon filters would clean the air of pollutants, and churning machines electrolyze the water and generate oxygen. It's powered by a direct feed from reactors, usually down on Deck C. Condensation accumulates at the top of the shaft and kind of rains down in this kind of like circuit of fake oxygen. Of course, as you push through the door, little motes floating through the air as you go in the darkness, your flashlights illuminating them like dead fireflies drifting through the darkness. The oxygen generator is offline. The shaft is dark, and the water at the bottom of the shaft is completely frozen. Taking a peek at it, you're gonna need to get the system back online.
Where would I go to do that?
Yeah.
Okay, pardon me 1 second. Sorry, it's one of those times where I really wish I would have printed this out because it's got a lot of jumping back and forth.
Fair. She'll probably have like popped because like I've got to actually like climb through the vent, right?
Yeah, so you're going along clang, clang, clang.
Yeah, she'll pop the thing off, set it down, and sort of crawl up and army crawl forward and duck her head around. Yeah, she's dead.
Well, there must be some sort of access point for the machinery. Check if it's a physical thing or if it's just like a power regulation thing. Maybe we have to get to the reactor to actually turn this thing back on.
Okay.
If Rye's making a ton of noise climbing through, can we hear it where we're not that far away from them?
You absolutely can. You absolutely can.
Definitely comms. So is all that noise Rye, or is there an elephant on board with us?
Aha! Aha! Aha!
Oh, maybe the
Find
zoo.
anything yet?
Maybe they were transporting the zoo.
Well, you'd know, Davis.
And as you're crawling, you're looking through these things. So I'm assuming that you're kind of inside the scrubbers, kind of like kneeling down, kind of crouched in the vent with him kind of behind you, talking to you as you get these comms over. Now I'm assuming that, I can't remember, in Alien, were the comms good at range?
They get crackly. They're kind of like walkie-talkies.
Yeah, so I think that you're going to start getting some feedback off each other, which is going to be unfortunate because as the rest of you head through, the cryo chamber is a three-pronged area, like a three-leaf clover with 3 different cryo rooms heading out of a central foyer. As you open the door to it, you'll see that lying on the floor is the slumped-over headless body of a man in a spacesuit. There is a splatter of blood and brain matter on the wall behind him that is going... Actually, there's not, because he was leaning against the door that you just opened. The body is going to slump out down at you.
Lydia's gonna jump back, shriek, cross herself.
All of you take 1 stress if you see this.
Yeah.
Rye probably jumps and bashes her head, having heard Lydia scream.
Okay.
What the hell is going on?
This guy has no head. This guy has no head.
Well, that's
Something
hideous.
terrible happened.
As he falls over, a shotgun Model 37A2 clatters to the ground off of his lap.
Oh, fuck yes.
It was aimed northward, if you follow me. That's the reason he has no head.
Oh.
Davis, I think you just inherited a dead man's gun.
Well, hopefully I don't meet the same fate as its owner.
Make sure there's ammunition in it.
Yeah, I'll check it.
It's down a shell for sure. Do you check the body over?
Yep.
Okay. Looking around, you are going to see that the body does have a couple of extra shotgun shells and an open zipper on his compression suit. And there are still some in the weapon. So you have one full reload on top of this.
So, what model was it? Sorry, I'm trying to find out.
37A2. And as you are searching him over, you're going to just... There's something not quite right about this guy. And anyone who's observing the body at all is going to notice this. As she mills around in its pockets, its arms are going to flop slightly. The forearms of the compression suit are torn. Like the arms were a bit too long. Decompression? Something stretched the bones and flesh beneath that suit. What do you do?
Is there any besides like the weapon and stuff, is there any identification on him?
No, there's no identification on him that has survived time and that blast.
I'm gonna start checking the rest of the room to see if there's any indication that anyone else might have been here when that happened.
You're not seeing anything. Looking around inside of the other in the other cryo rooms, though, you are going to see the side of someone's face under the frosted layer of one of the cryo tubes inside of the southern room. There is somebody in a cryostasis there. Of course, getting them out of the cryo without power is not something you're going to be able to do. You got to hit the defrost button.
Yeah. Well, it looks like we have some popsicles still frozen. Maybe we should be prioritizing getting the air and the heat back going.
We need life support up.
Yeah.
Stat.
Captain. You're hearing a noise at your side. A few zones away. A signal. It's up the stairwell. Up in the up in deck C. Basically vertically above you, several meters through the floor. The motion detector's going off.
Hey, Kayla, getting a signal out here. Motion tracker's picking something up. I'm just gonna go check it out.
Is it towards the power? Because
Stairway, I think.
Yeah, I'll go with you.
Okay. And Vincent's probably gonna like heft up the flamethrower because he's feeling a little bit, the incinerator, because he's feeling a little bit worried about this. Not like really raising it up, but kind of keeping it aimed at the floor. And he's gonna go like, "Hello?
Okay.
Anyone out there?" And he's gonna slowly make his way towards the door to the
stairwell up.
To the stairwell, yeah.
Okay, sounds good. And I just have to double check because we also have to start checking for air supply per turn because you don't have unlimited air. So,
yeah, I was actually looking for that to see how much we depleted.
Yeah, I got to double check. You have to roll every round. And so air supply. You just like listen to air supply. That's all this is. It's a band for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about. If somebody has the PDF.
I want to say it's like a...
I'm trying to find it, yeah.
Yeah. Strength or stamina test.
All right, so I guess would we have to go down
It's
to like...
no, it's based on your it's based on the actual equipment.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like a resources thing that actually describes how long his air supply lasts for, and
Other
then
equipment.
you have units of it.
What were you asking, Christine?
So I guess we'd have to go down to deck D with the like reactor control, relay control.
So in theory, another thing you could
power back on?
you could do the power that way. You could also see if its mother is asleep,
Mm.
and if you can get that back up and running, that might help as well. Vacuum, explosive decompression, exhausted, explosion, fire, disease, radiation, suffocation. Supply
Suffocation
of air.
just says after your air comes out.
So page 34. Supply of air. Consumables. All right, you keep track of the 4 consumables on your character sheet using a supply rating. A higher rating is better. At regular intervals, see the table on the right, you need to make a supply roll. This means rolling a number of stress dice equal to the current supply up to the maximum of 6 dice. For every one rolled, the supply rating is decreased by 1. So, okay, every turn and after strenuous activity like combat or mobility. But if you don't have any stress dice, so basically it's
Wasn't
like
it we start the suit with 5, so we'd be rolling 5 stress dice, and then if we roll a 1, it depletes it by that much.
It's essentially the suit that's undergoing stress.
Yeah.
Okay, that sounds good. So why don't we have everybody do me a favor, and we've done a few minutes of this, so go ahead and make me 2 rolls. It only matters if you roll 1s.
First roll is.
Do we add our additional stress dice?
You do not on this one, so this is the suit's own stress roll.
I literally just rolled all 2s.
Okay, well that's not death.
Well,
Okay, sorry, what? How much?
So
Sorry, I was
you're
looking at the map and
roll
got
5
distracted.
dice, and tell me if you get any 1s.
I got 1-1.
Okay,
No.
so,
I've got 1-1.
okay, so your supplies go down by 1 each.
I rolled no 1s both times.
Okay, that sounds good. So 4 means that you basically were counting down.
Till suffocation, right? Then we start suffocating.
Yeah, so your max supply is
How long is a turn again?
a turn,
5 to 10 minutes.
5 to 10 minutes.
Seconds. Oh, minutes?
So
That's a round.
that's yeah.
round,
So
a
a
second.
round
Round, sorry.
turn. So yeah. So yeah.
Shift.
that's
Round, turn, shift.
Shift.
round turn shift. Yeah, which is a
Yeah.
neat
Okay.
system. I like it, but it's going to take some getting used to. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So your air supply is you're going down. It was starting at it's starting at 6, so you're down at 5 if I'm not mistaken, because it was a max of 6 dice.
But the supplies
you're right.
on the thing,
On the
the
suit's
the
5.
suit said 5, so
Okay.
we started with
So
5.
so most
Which
of
is
your
actually
5.
Yeah, that's actually a pretty decent supply because as it goes down, it's going to be less likely to lose more.
Unless
start
you do
sitting
strenuous
as-
activity.
As you're
Yeah.
running out.
I love that it's like just casual use, or if you do anything bonkers. Okay, heading up the stairwell, you make your way up toward the sound of the motion tracker. Coming up around there, you can see that it's upstairs. It's just up the stairwell and down to the south. It's just signal lost. Gain a point of stress for all people present. That is if you are present at the motion tracker.
Must have been some feedback bounce or something. I lost the signal.
Let me look. Try to like pull it out of his hand to muck with it if he lets me.
Yeah, Miller will just kind of keep aiming the incinerator up the stairway.
Lydia will hop on the comms and just be like, so it looks like the mother's on this level. Why don't we try and check that, see if that's what turned off power, or if we have to go down into the reactor core.
Yeah. Go ahead and take a look at that. Let me know if you need like codes or something to get in. Wait, my codes. No, my codes are not going to work. Yeah, go take a look.
All right. Shall we?
Yeah.
You still have the torch. I mean, if we have to, we can get through the door.
Hopefully.
It's true.
I mean, I'd be surprised if it was stronger than the hull.
Are you heading upstairs, James?
Is the captain heading upstairs?
I think I pretty much have to.
I'll be following.
Can we actually repair the air scrubbers from inside the shaft, or
not until you have power?
All right,
Because
I think we're gonna
access
head
to power is upstairs, right?
So the best way to get power is to probably turn the ship on at its mother unit.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I thought it was like there was. I was looking at like the reactor core and stuff like that. I figured it would. It was a
There could be a way to
mechanical
do that too.
issue.
It might be good to check both.
Okay, they're going to the mother unit. I'll go to the reactor then, which goes past what we saw. So.
Yeah, we'll both go together there. We'll head
Sounds
up there.
good. Those of you who are headed toward the mother unit, heading down in the belly of the ship, you are going to see that this area is covered in these motes. The air is thick with like little ashy flakes of gray. Whatever's deteriorated here over the years has, well, you can't imagine how bad this place probably smells. You make your way...
Don't want to even try.
It's true. You make your way up to a junction, and as you do, right at the base of the door to Mother, you're going to round the corner, and there's something lying on the floor. It's broad and leathery. It's... well, it's just one thing, actually. It's a small bulbous pod that's adhered to the ground. About the size of a bird's egg. There are 11 of these pods kind of clustered together, kind of like a mushroom.
That's odd.
Davis is gonna go poke it. One of them.
Okay.
Are we talking hummingbird bird or like ostrich
I'm
bird?
gonna say robin's egg.
How do you know what my eggs look like?
I don't know. So I'm gonna say like small chicken egg. Like it's basically about the entire cluster is about the size of like a portobello mushroom. Maybe a bit bigger than that. And it's just like all of these like small like not duck eggs. What am I thinking of? Basically like a bird egg, like the size of like a Kinder egg or like a one of those like coin machines, like the little like bubble machines.
Mm-hmm.
If you're going to poke it, it is going to just kind of dissolve under your finger, kind of like you're poking the tip of like a dandelion sprout, just, and it's going to release just some spores as you introduce pressure to it. It's very fragile.
Well, that might not be the best breathing.
Yeah.
We should get the air scrubbers running as soon as possible.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's see if we can get into Mother.
Okay. Heading up to the door, you are going to start heading that way. Meanwhile, I'm gonna cut upstairs is where you all are, or you are. So you're climbing the stairway and then you're heading to the reactor relay.
Yeah. So we'll climb up the stairwell, take a brief pause on C to just kind of duck my head out and listen for a second.
Okay.
And then if I don't hear anything immediately, I will follow Miller upstairs.
Can you make me an observation roll, please?
Sure.
Is that a group one or just?
So
Because I'd be looking around cautiously, but yeah.
if you want to decide who rolls it, please do. But I would love it if you could do it at a -3
Okay.
for darkness and distance. Conditions.
Is yours better? What's your observation?
Observation is what, an empathy?
It's yeah.
It's yeah.
Or okay, so if it's empathy, then I've got a 7.
Observation is wits.
Oh, then I've got a 4.
Oh, you don't have? Do you have observation as a skill?
You do indeed. Yeah, I got 2 points of it.
What's your wits?
2.
Oh, still really high. Okay.
So I'm 5 dice total with my stress.
I'm 6 dice with stress. So.
Okay, you go ahead.
Do you want to help me?
Sure.
Can they help?
You do not roll separately. You cannot help an observation roll, I'm going to say.
Okay, that's what I thought. Okay. And then -3?
-3, yeah.
Okay.
What'd you get?
That's a 1 on a stress die.
Ooh.
And no successes.
I'd like you to roll me that stress dice, please.
Sure.
Stress is mounting.
Oh no. That stressed me out. I rolled it on the floor. Come
You're
back.
fine unless you roll a 6.
Another 1.
Another 1. Okay. So you're going to keep that stress on your sheet or on your pool. So you're keeping it together. You managed to keep your nerves in check barely because you could swear to God that as you are listening, you heard something scrape. It's probably just the old ship. It's probably just the old ship that...
She'll duck back in and run up behind Miller. Yeah, let's get to the reactor next up.
Yeah, you okay?
Yeah, just old ships.
You keep an eye on the tracker, okay?
Yeah.
And we're gonna make our way up.
And then suddenly, the ship rumbles. The entire ship begins to shake. And the lights are going to... And suddenly, light is going to flood the chambers, and you're going to see the moats change direction in air as the air system kicks back on. Large machines are going to start cycling the air through fans. The scrubbers aren't working, but things are going to be moving again.
Did anybody else do something that turned that back on?
Yeah, did you guys get fixed whatever where you guys are?
I should ask, we're several decks up. Are we still in communication range?
You're gonna be here. Yeah.
What? Say again? We can't make you out.
The range is gone. They may have done something. We should still check on Mother, though. See if we can find out what happened. Yeah. This ship's giving me the heebie-jeebies.
So you are right at the door to Mother, where you are there. Let me just make sure that you located directly above the bridge. This small room is accessible from the main airlock at junction A1. Okay, so technically you're up. They had to go down the stairs. My bad. I need the ship's layout.
Yeah, I was thinking deck A was probably the top deck, but
yeah. Okay. So we'll just reverse that in our heads.
Sounds good.
I mean, it's space. The ship could be upside down, you know? Yeah, just space is 3D.
Okay. Approaching the door, you'll see that the mother door in front of you, the mainframe there, has a key card access.
I will pull out my key card.
Absolutely. Wilson, pulling out the key card, you can slide it in. And,
I will do so.
All right, the door is going to release, hissing open. And inside of it, you are going to see an immaculately clean room. The mother center inside is spotless, and a blinking data server and a single terminal, which the highest member of the crew can use to interface directly with Mother. What would you like to do?
I will see if I can get status from it.
Sounds good. What do you ask?
Current status? Question mark.
I'm gonna step into this nice clean room instead of like hanging out in this dirty ass hallway with like who knows what coming up on my back, because this place feels creepy.
Yeah. Wilson's a little preoccupied, but he'll probably like shoot a glance towards the door, as in keep an eye on it.
Mother is going to chime up. Life systems detected. Life support systems reactivated. Reactor powering up. Increasing ambient temperature. You are going to notice that on both floors, the air in front of you is going to haze and vibrate a little as the temperature rises, distorting the air in front of you.
Wilson asked for for logs from the crew. Find out what's been happening the past 75 years.
Yeah, crew manifest? Question mark.
Okay. As you are asking this, it will. Let me just see how much it will provide. So what it will say is. 1 second. It looks like they were on, it's very brief, very sparse notes, saying they were on an archaeological mission. It names a planet that you are not familiar with, but there's all sorts of like xenoscience and xenoarchaeology that's done around these days. LV1113? And as that happens, you are going to hear, warning, cryo chambers deactivated. Cryo chambers deactivated.
The crew's waking up.
It will take several turns, so that means that it's going to take probably a half hour for them to wake up properly. But they will need medical, especially 75 years.
Yeah.
Fair. Does anybody among us have medical skills?
I don't, but I think.
Alright, so I would know that Kayla does.
Yeah, I've got some cursory medical training.
The two furthest away have medical.
Yep, sounds about right. That sounds perfect.
Okay, so we're gonna have to go after Kayla and get her back.
Do we know where they were said they were going?
Down to the reactor core.
Oh yeah, that's firing ups. They'll probably come find us.
Do you both want to go and find them to get them back down here? I mean, this seems pretty safe, and I've got a gun.
Sure.
And I can keep asking questions if I have to. See what I can.
Yeah, maybe just angle so you keep an eye on the door.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
But he can shut the door behind him if he wants to.
Oh, that's true. You could lock yourself in.
Yeah, lock yourself in.
Alright. Well, let's go find them.
Yep.
So, as the two of you are in the bowels of the ship heading down to the reactor, you'll start to hear everything power up.
Whoa. I guess they got the mother.
Yeah, I guess so.
If the reactor's working, theoretically that means that you could probably head back to the scrubbers. Or you could keep checking the reactor. Your call.
If everything seems on, I think there's another access to the... oh no, there isn't an access.
There is another access to the scrubbers, yeah.
It doesn't actually connect to the scrubbers on this level, though.
Yeah, I think the scrubbers are only connected on the level that we're on.
I guess let's go back up.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll take a look at the reactor afterwards. I don't want it to go in supercritical or anything like that. We're not ready for it.
Heading back up, you'll bump into the pilot and to Cham in the hallway.
Did you guys turn everything back on?
No.
No, we thought you guys had gotten to the reactor.
No, we didn't get any chance to get close to it. We were hiking our way up there when everything just started coming alive.
Apparently, Cairo's going offline though. So there's somebody in one of them. After 75 years, they're gonna need med.
Well, and we need the air back on, otherwise they're not going to be breathing. So shit. She's going to run off and dive into the
all right,
vents.
So climbing through. So there is limited air inside of here. So just to let you know, until the scrubbers get up, you can breathe without your helmets. It's not optimal. It is going to be kind of dizzying and like breathing in the worst pollution and fog that you've probably ever had on Earth. But it's survivable for now. So climb. Sorry, go ahead.
I guess would that count as heavy machinery?
To
doing
get
stuff to the scrubbers?
To get it up and running, heavy machinery would get it working, but it will take a while.
Okay, well I'll go with Kayla to help.
Okay.
That's where our skills are.
Is it comm tech or heavy machinery?
It's heavy machinery.
Okay, in that case, yeah, Lydia would probably do better.
Yeah, I can help you. I have also training in heavy machinery as well. I could
so
give...
only one PC can roll,
only
but
one
others can help.
Okay, yeah. Well, in that case, yeah, we'll get
by
Lydia.
passing stuff and...
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so taking a bit of time. Captain?
All right. Who's not doing anything? Wilson, I guess you're with me. Let's get up to medical and get any
He's in the other room. He didn't go
Wilson's
with us.
Not there. As you say that, you just expect him to be there. Looking around, he's not even there.
One time you don't need the corpo.
Right? If you're gonna go help Lydia, why don't we go to med? I remember seeing med labs and med pods on B deck on those things. We could try and get some supplies. That folk in the cryo's gonna need it. So if any supplies we could get.
Yeah. All right, let's do it.
Okay.
So we're gonna head to med.
Heading into the carbon filters, climbing through these tiny ducts. I'd like everyone to do me a favor and roll me your suit's air again.
All right, so that was 5.
Unless it ticked down, yeah. So you succeeded. I think it was James and Mike that failed. So ones, you're looking for ones to be bad.
I'm down to 4.
Nothing.
I'm down to 3.
Okay.
I'm good.
Okay, Krista, how many are you down?
I'm down to 4.
Okay. All right. So most people are in their 4s or 3s. Great.
Lydia apparently just does not breathe much.
Okay.
Stays very calm.
Or you take very good care of your suit.
Okay, pardon me 1 second while I just double check something. Heading in there, you are... okay. You are going to take a nice peek around, and as you are doing so, you are going to notice a couple of things. You are going to notice that... pardon me 1 sec. It was the reactor that was making that loud noise. Okay, cool. As you are looking through here, you are going to see... Well, the air scrubbers are caked with decades of grime and mold. Also, quick reminder that inside of the air scrubbers, electrical current is channeled through submerged rods, which applies to the water, separating hydrogen and oxygen. That means there's a real risk of being electrocuted in here. So be careful. If you fail a roll, you will be electrocuted.
All right.
You are working with a live power grid here. Now, carbon filters on the air scrubbers are caked with decades of grime and mold. Just having power on, not going to be enough. You're going to have to take the carbon filters and either replace them or clean them for the air circulating in this ship to return to proper oxygen levels.
Crap.
This is going to be a shift.
All right. Well, I guess I better get to it.
Okay.
Can I, before they're out of range, try to calm to Captain and Pilot, Miller and Davis, and just say, like, Hey, this is going to take longer before we get air. Maybe while you're up there, try and see if they've got any suits for the folks coming out of cryo.
10-4, thanks for passing that along. Yeah, I'm sure we can find some suits for them. Somewhere, hopefully. Well, hopefully there are.
All right. As you examine, you gonna go ahead and spend the shift doing work?
Well, so here's my question. If I help for that shift, I'm not going to be able to go help with medical, am I?
No. So you can't just leave Cham here to do it.
I was gonna say, like, Cham, I'm gonna have to go catch those guys coming out of cryo. Are you gonna be okay here?
Yep.
Okay, sounds good.
Back in occasionally. This place is incredibly creepy.
I totally agree. I'll check in.
Okay.
And then I will head off to the cryo chambers and see a dead body.
You will see the headless body. There was no effort to move that thing, so take a point of stress.
She will gingerly step over it.
Sounds good. All right, we're going to jump in there with you in just a sec. Cham, as you are inside of the shaft doing some work, I need a heavy machinery roll from you. Can you give that to me?
Yep.
Okay. So it's heavy machinery plus strength.
Okay, so we're looking for 6s.
You're looking for 6s.
Okay. Nice. That was a lot of 2s and then 4 6s.
Holy shit. Okay. So what is going to happen here is that normally this would take a shift, but with 4 successes, let's take a look at this. That means that with heavy machinery, you got this. So you can gain a +1 modification on the skill roll related to this one. You don't need to roll to overcome the exact challenge in the future. You do it quickly in half the time you normally would take. You break it permanently, you act quietly, or you show off. So I will allow you to actually spend multiple successes to, we'll say, quarter the time.
Okay.
So normally this would have taken you 4 hours. You can get this done in about, if you spend all 4 of your successes, I'll say 30 to 40 minutes.
Which I think is probably ideal because there's not much air here.
Yeah.
So
it's going to take you about a half hour. So fantastic work. That is going to count as showing up.
Cham, more like champ.
Champ. That is going to be fantastic. However,
just watch me die first.
As you are beginning to do your work and you're pulling the carbon filters, more of those funguses.
What the hell were they doing? Where did they stop it? They get all this stuff. She's just talking away to herself.
And as you disturb them, the camera is going to close up as the disturbance of pulling the filters is going to cause them to disintegrate and move up through the air filtration system, which is not online right now, but up through the vents. Meanwhile, let's see. So you were talking to Mother inside of the corridor, inside of the chamber, so you're good to go. Heading up into medical. Let's see. Okay.
So C-Deck South.
Yep. I'm just pulling up that page. There we go. So that's page 22 in the module. Making up to the med lab. The door will open in front of you without a problem. Inside the room, you can see that there are 2 older generation Pauling med pods. However, they're not in a repair that is comforting to you. One has its plexiglass tube shattered from the inside. The ground has a rain of plexiglass laying atop it, as if something broke out of it. The other is sealed and lit from within, but the entire surface, the inner surface of the plexiglass on the second one, is covered in thick, dried blood. Also in the room, on a far shelf, is a smaller specimen jar. Without liquid, containing some of those fungal things that you saw earlier. Davis? On the desk next to that is an open metallic urn. 4 organic-looking glass vials are inside of the urn. 3 of those intact with some type of ink? Oil? The 4th is cracked and empty.
They wanted samples, right?
Yeah, I suppose. Let's see if we can find out what the stuff is here first. Can we go check any sort of notes or findings here?
You can try for sure. Hold on one sec while I pull that up.
Also,
yeah.
Davis will kind of see on the far corner of the med lab bay. It looks like there's some sort of old intercom system, and she's gonna go up and press it and be like, Davis, wherever this thing working? Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. Hello.
It will echo across. The entire ship will ring with your voice. Is anybody doing anything in regards to the medical stuff here?
Miller's probably going to come over and kind of search or look at it and poke at it a little bit.
Okay. So
I'll also look for medical supplies.
So there are these vials here. So
Okay.
You absolutely can grab one of those if you want, or leave it here.
Sure.
Under the desk is a medkit case that you'll see. As well, if you're looking around, if you're just kind of looking in the area, you all can find quite a few things, actually. So there's one medkit that is under the desk, as well as along the side of the room, there are 4 personal medkits, surgical instruments, and 3 doses of Never Sleep pills, 4 doses of hydration, and 3 doses of nap relief.
Oh, good stuff. Could you just say that one more time, Kelly, for me, please?
So it was, I believe it was...
Yeah, I was jotting it down too.
3 Never Sleep, 3 Never Sleep, 4 hydration, and 3 nap relief, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Cool.
And then there was the med kit.
4 med kits, surgical instruments, and that's what you can find. And then there's the other medical crate. Pardon me. What is it listed as? It is listed as a med kit case.
Okay.
That one is separate from the others, though.
I think we'll take all of it.
Okay. Mm-hmm. The medkit case feels a little light.
I'll open it up.
There are 6 syringes inside.
Anything labeled on them that kind of identifies what they are?
No, nothing. They're all loaded though. There's some type of compound inside of them. Not much, enough cc's. I would say, actually, I don't know cc's to save my life, but we'll say a 1/10 of an ounce in each syringe. So a few drops. A dose of something.
Would given Davis's history / affliction, would she recognize anything about those unlabeled files?
They don't look like any narcotics that you recognize.
Okay.
But taking a look at the nap relief, that looks like something worth taking.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that could be some fun. That could probably feed it.
What do you make of all this stuff?
I'm sure we can see some. I mean, these can all be very helpful depending on the situation.
Any idea what these things are? I just kind of hold up one of the syringes.
No idea. Those, I've never seen that before. Looks weird.
Yeah. Well, we'll toss them in with the rest of the stuff. They can. Well, the lab eggheads can look it over. But is there anything written down about the black samples and stuff like that?
Nothing immediate, no.
All right, we better get this stuff back down. We'll take a look at the science lab after this.
Yeah.
Actually, you take those samples down. I'll go take a look at the science lab.
Now,
all right, sounds good.
One quick thing, as you're standing there, you'll see that there are two... There's something strange nearby. As you're leaning down and moving through some things, you'll see that on the other side of one of those med pods are two specimen jars, large ones. And floating inside of them are two small alien creatures.
Huh.
To describe them, they have bulbous heads, elongated limbs kind of tucked in that look like they're probably quadrupeds. They're quite small. I'd say at this point they're about the size of like a chihuahua, maybe a bit bigger.
Fuck are those things?
Don't know.
Their tails look serrated.
I'm just gonna go over and take a look at it. Take a look at them. But he's a little wigged out, so he's gonna basically kind of have a look around as he kind of goes in there.
Did one of their tails move?
Davis will join, kind of like, oh, what is this thing?
Do you have any idea what an actual, like, xeno life form would be worth?
I don't know, but man, I think we should definitely take it.
Oh, yeah.
So I will say that nearby, at one of the pods, there is a surgical computer. So there were no notes or anything, but there are surgical computers if you wanted to access them.
Yeah, let's have a look at that.
Okay. Heading over. So the broken med pod, it looks like it actually might still work. Nobody here has medicine, so I'm not going to tell you to avoid that.
I've got medicine 1.
Oh, do you? Okay. You might want to sterilize it first, but in a pinch. Probably might be okay. You can open the bloody med pod if you want. If you're morbidly curious. However, what you can do is, if you head to that one, you can access a medical computer at a nearby desk and see what was there. Do you want to?
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm going to go over to that med pod. Is there any sort of windows on that thing that I can kind of
It's all the blood is caked from the inside. You can open it manually with just a bit of effort.
Okay, I'll open it.
As you do, you are going to pull up the status of the autopsy. As you open it up, you are going to see that inside of that med pod is a vivisected human. The lower torso has been dissected. His soft, elongated skull, stretched out like it's been crushed or sucked into a vacuum, has been opened and picked at. At the nearby computer, you'll see that there is a wealth of data that they've tried to pull from this, exploratory surgeries. They keep saying things like vaccine ineffective, new trial. This is a vaguely human being, Captain. Its bottom is completely stripped down to the bone, like a butcher block, like a ham hock that's been stripped of meat for a stew. But its upper body is still intact. The fact that you can recognize it as male is just a vague gesture at the face and jawline. There's nothing in the meat below that suggests that it actually is anymore. That's been stripped away.
I think this thing was human, or some sort of like pseudo-human. What's this about a vaccine?
Pause 1 second. I just have to check something real quick. Cool. You can see inside of the skull, the soft tissue is just brain matter that has been almost excised from this. And
I have to say, as a player, and knowing Alien, it's like every time like the music cycle does like that spike in like tension, I'm like, I'm waiting for it to jump. I'm waiting for the jump scare, man.
It's great. It's great.
It's very stressful.
Okay, and where do I find... Aha, there we go.
The first jump scare is always the cat.
Mm-hmm. The cat lived? How the fuck did the cat live? The cat pushed the guy out of the cryo chamber. Was like, no, me.
Leaning over and taking a look inside of this thing, you can see just how cut this was a human at one point. It's cut all the way in to the point that you can see that its upper body is still wearing a name brand like athletic top. The future equivalent of like an Under Armour shirt or something like that. There's a pair of tags, dog tags, half visible underneath the neckline of the shirt.
Miller will reach in and pull them off.
Okay. Reaching down, you make contact with it, and as you do, you flip them up and see that it's still coated in this sticky blood. You get a look at it. Daniel Morris. Meanwhile, elsewhere in the ship, you continue to make your communication there, Wilson. And is there anything else you're doing? You've done your initial like readout of this. You know that the mother informs you that the crew is going to be wakening shortly, of which you'll be able to see that there are 5 occupied pods of the original 30-person crew.
And how long have they been asleep for now?
About 75 years or so.
So they might be a tad cranky.
Do you want to head over to medbay or to cryo?
Yeah, I think that's probably a good plan at this point.
Okay. Heading over to cryo, you are going to easily make your way there. The cryo chambers are going to hiss and slowly open. Moving inward, you are going to see that there are, in fact, 5 people there. You'll make it there around the same time as Rye. And looking in, you're going to get a good look at everybody inside of there as the steam begins to defrost them. You'll see that one of them is kind of a tan-skinned man in his 40s. The profile there that you'll be able to pull is Acting Second Officer Johns, is what you pulled from Mother when you were looking there. There is a thick-necked, very muscular, but kind of diminutive black woman in her early 30s. A rather scrawny man with kind of a weak attempted mustache, who is dressed in the outfit of a medic. A spindly bearded man with glasses that are completely fogged over from the cryo in his 50s. And finally, someone dressed in what looks like a business suit, blazer, corpo gear, is a white woman with a kind of a blonde bob. Well, more of a pixie cut. Picture if, like, Ellen Ripley had, like, platinum blonde hair. And that's kind of the look. She's in her 40s. And you're going to be able to pull data on who these people are as they're defrosting. So, the first is second officer on the USCSS Cronus, Albert Johns. The second is Reed, a Colonial Marine. This main security officer on the Cronus. Then, Liam Flynn, a medic. Then, Daniel Cooper, a scientist, the man with the beard and the glasses. And finally, Lori Clayton, who is a company agent for Weyland-Yutani. Your great grand boss. As well, as you were looking through the manifesto, the ship did list one more thing on it, that there is there was at least a synthetic on board. Somewhere.
But not present.
Not present that the ship is detecting at this moment, no. As the chambers begin to defrost, is there anything that you're all doing, or are you just waiting for it to happen?
Is there anything I can prep?
Yeah, let's go ahead. Let me just see how this goes. So air scrubbers, elevators. Nope. I want plot. Give me the plot. I love how detailed this is, but there is a lot to sort through in this. So if you're running this module for yourself, take copious notes and print it. Because highlighting and bookmarking is not going to do as much as you think it is in the moment, guys. I'm just going to put that out there. I highlighted the hell out of this PDF. Okay, crowd chambers. Okay. Pardon me. So you're going to see this from the door. You're going to get a good look at them, and you're going to have their profiles there. However, to actually get to the door, the cryo chamber door into the room where their pods are, you're going to see that there is a significant amount of scratching there. And to reach inside, you would have had to like rig the door open with a heavy machines roll that probably would have taken about 10 minutes. So you two, I'll say that you just did it because a little bit of time and energy.
When you said scratching, do you mean like somebody with a tool or something?
Could be
like trying to force the door open.
Some type of sharp implement was trying to scratch at the door. Sometimes looking for a seam, but for the most part, almost kind of like a dog trying to get through like a glass door.
Should we be rolling for air?
I would like everyone to roll for air again, please. I was just about to ask when you walked into cryo, so that's great.
I'm still good.
Still good. 4.
Okay. Sorry, James, what'd you say?
So what if I roll 2 ones?
You lose 2.
I'm down to 1 air. Yay.
Okay. So
Start sipping.
We'll be back with you in just a second.
Something's wrong with my suit, guys.
You take big breaths. All right, so you spend some time, you force that door open, and inside you will find the sleeping crew of the Cronus. 5 of them. Most of the hypersleep chambers are vacant. 2 are full of mummified corpses, desiccated by decades of dry air. In the lockers of the room, you'll look around and see that there are plenty of personal effects here. And as you walk in, you're going to see like these kind of spory motes start to drift along the air through some of the vents. And then the cryopods are going to... You'll hear some of them cough. Ow! What happened? What's going on? Oh! My head!
I'll try to help one of them, like catch them if anyone's falling or something.
Who are you going to? So there are 5 of them. 2 women and 3 men. The frailest looking of them is probably the man in his late 20s with the mustache.
I was going to say I'll go for the medic, yeah.
He's going to stumble out. You can see on his badge that he's wearing a little badge on his lab coat, his medic lab coat that says Flynn. Who are you? Who are you? Ow, shit.
My name's Kayla Rye. Flynn, is that your name?
Yeah, I'm Flynn.
You guys have been adrift. We came across your SOS. What happened?
I can't remember. Captain? There's the captain's not here. Says the one named Johns who sits up. It's oh fuck, what is going? I can't
There's currently 5 of you left.
What?
From whatever crew complement you had before.
I can't remember. What happened to the rest of the crew?
It might take time to come back to you. You've been in cryo for some time.
How long is some time?
Well, probably a full lifetime.
What happened? What happened to the crew? And as he asks that, we're going to cut upstairs as you, James, the captain grabs the dog tag and looks at it, and you're going to see your O2 sensor goes deet, 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 marking that your O2 is definitely lower than it should be. It is absolutely getting to a rough area. And as you glance down at it, can you do me a favor?
Sure.
Does your suit have any armor?
I have no idea. I think we'll probably need to find out right now. Let's see if I can find the PDF and see if
Yes,
armor rating
there was
4.
Armor. Yeah.
Armor rating 4?
Yeah.
Can you roll me 4 dice, please?
Sure. I'm looking for 6s.
You're looking for 6s.
I have 1.
You have 1? Okay.
Yep.
Alright, let me check something. Okay, so that's... okay. Wham. Perf. Okay. As you reach down and pull it, you pull the thing out, the creature's eyes are going to flash open on the bed, and its hands are going to surge up at you. It grabs you by the head, by the side of your suit, and there's going to be a cracking noise as the pressure from the arms cracks your helmet in on itself. I need you to do me a favor, and you are lucky as hell. Your helmet is going to shatter, and you are going to be able to fall backwards from this surprise attack. Your helmet is destroyed. You're at a -2 on all stamina rolls. If you had not been wearing a helmet, you would have just straight up died.
Oh my god. Okay.
It is an instant kill.
Do I hear that?
You see this. This is behind you as you're typing, and you hear and the shattering of glass as this half alive person suddenly jerks forward. And what we're going to do is we're going to draw cards. I have a 10, which means that you guys probably will go first. Do you want me to draw cards for you, or do you want to do it?
I got a 3.
Please do.
Okay, so you've got a 3, and James, you have a 9. So, Robin, you are going to see this behind you. What does Davis do?
I'm obviously I'm gonna take a shot as my slow action.
Okay.
I'm just seeing I'm just trying to find the page with all the actions so I can see what else I could do for a fast action.
Drawing your weapon is a fast action.
Yeah, so...
Is it? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I'll draw and... Boom.
Okay, so just give me 1 second. I just have to double check how much... There we go. I love this thing. Okay, so you are right behind this thing. It is lurched up. Its head is elongated, about like a football attached to the skull, and has been opened up. Its brain is exposed to you, which means it has no armor, and you can shoot directly at its head. Go ahead, and what we're going to do is you're going to make me a ranged combat roll. The way that works is you are going to roll. You have what kind of gun? Oh, you have the shotgun.
I have the shotgun.
Okay, so at this point, what that is going to be is...
I have +2, damage 3. Like bonus +2, and then damage 3 if I hit.
So you have light here. It is not a small target. It is at short range. If you... How does that work if engaged range is a -3... You know what? If you go point blank, I'll give you the +3. But if you fail, you shoot James.
Okay.
Okay.
Fair enough.
That sounds good. Normally, this thing you would have a penalty if it doesn't know you're there, but it's distracted right now and is definitely not thinking because its brain's been dissected.
Mm-hmm.
I recommend you push your luck if things don't look good here.
Oh yeah, no, me too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so go ahead and make me a ranged combat roll.
Okay, so ranged is agility?
I believe it is, yes.
Beauty. So
you're going to add +5 total, I believe, 2 for your gun, 3 for the point blank.
Okay, I need more d6s because that's 12 that I'm rolling.
That's a lot. And don't forget to roll your stress dice.
Yeah, I only have 1 right now.
Still could cause you to stress panic.
Oh, I know. But I got that. Okay, so
As
13.
we learned, first roll of the game.
It's so
oh yeah,
good.
no, I
It's
did
so
it first
good.
roll of the game. It was great. Okay, I rolled a 3 on the stress dice, so that's great. I got 1 success. I'm gonna push my luck.
Okay, so gain a point of stress, and
And then
you roll that point of stress as well.
Yes, I know.
Okay.
But you keep that success.
Keep that success.
You keep that success. It's basically like the road ability in Chronicles of Darkness, which you actually are not aware of because you don't play that. So you're gonna roll everything that didn't get a 6 again.
Okay, cool.
I believe that's including your original stress dice, though.
Yeah,
So,
I
If it
figured.
didn't catch a 6, yeah.
Yeah.
More 1s.
That's fine. That's much better. I rolled a 6 and a 2 on the stress dice, so that is no problemo.
Okay. The 6 does count toward your total, by the way. So stress dice count. They're normal dice. It's adrenaline.
Sweet. Okay, 4 successes then.
4 successes. Okay, that's going to be more than enough. Putting the shotgun into its skull cavity, you are going to pull the trigger, and both of you are going to get sprayed with blood and gore. And from this, I would like... I'm going to say each of you are going to take a point of stress from this, because this is fucked.
Yep.
Holy shit.
But you're not going to take nearly as much stress as what's about to happen, because as you fall backwards and hit the ground and look at this thing as it crumples, the air scrubbers are going to come back online. You finished your job. Good job. Good job there, Cham. Down there, though, as you are working on that, you are going to you're going to hear something. Pardon me one sec.
You're just gonna hear Davis fire and go, "What the fuck?"
Yep. As you get the scrubbers back up and running, Jam, you are going to hear something. Being the closest back to your ship, you are going to hear the crackle of your comms. And then Mother's voice come across it. Displacement drive malfunction. Cascade failure imminent. Fission reactor overload in T-minus 10 minutes. It's going to echo over all of you as well. Cascade failure imminent. Fission reactor overload. T-minus 10 minutes. +1 stress to all players.
Actually, do I hear this with my helmet shattered?
You will hear it over Robin's comm.
Okay, cool.
That's our ship is doing that.
Your ship is about to explode in 10 minutes.
What the... What? Jam is gonna try and pull herself out and get to that because what the ever-loving hell is happening to our ship?
Sounds good.
This ship's been dead in the air.
What's going on? Some of the people in the cryo will say, as they hear Cham booking it back toward.
I'm gonna, Jesus, shit, stay here, and bolt.
Okay. Do you go with them, Wilson, or do you stay here?
No, I'm staying here. I'm keeping
Somebody's
my gun handy and keeping everyone corralled here, and trying to like tell them what the hell's going on.
The woman at the back opens her eyes and looks at you. You're dressed differently than one of the rank and file.
Oh, I think we're well aware of who we are here.
Clayton.
Wilson.
A pleasure. I hope to fuck my stock portfolio's going back up. Let me know when I can light up again. I need a smoke. All right, back upstairs. So you two are running across. You two upstairs are recovering, so I'm going to give you a minute before you run over, just to kind of catch your breath and figure shit out. The other two of you are going to run back across, moving across the spacewalk. I need both of you to make me an air check, please, because you two are running. Now, that doesn't mean, because you can disengage on the other side once you get back into your ship, too. Yes, Robin.
I probably should roll an air check because I just did combat.
That's right. Both of you need to roll me an air check. James,
It's
actually,
time
James will automatically
I can't. I have no air.
So I'm finally going back down.
Okay, sounds good.
I'm at 3 now. I
Okay,
rolled
so your
another
air
one.
supply has gone down.
I'm good at 3.
Okay, you two are going to race back across the airwalk, or pardon me, the umbilical, heading over into the Montero. By the time you make it back over there, T-minus 9 minutes until reactor overload. T-minus 8 minutes until reactor overload.
What happened? We're gonna run to the reactor?
So you can. So if you head back over there, you can. The reactor is in overload. It is going to burst. The best chance you have is maybe talking to Mother, trying to get in to ask Mother to stop the countdown.
Mm-hmm.
You can ask it to. However, if you're down in the reactor core, give me a Comtech roll.
Comtech, okay. What
So,
does that go with?
That is... Comtech is wits.
Okay.
So I think that Krista is Chief Comtech, so you probably want to assist her.
Yeah. I think that works better. Yeah, because I think we were hoping that whatever it is there's a malfunction of some sort, and we're just trying to, like, fix whatever it is so that it doesn't keep getting worse.
Yep.
And hopefully that stops this countdown.
Okay. So you guys still have your suits on. You just ran over here, right? As quickly as you could?
Yeah.
Okay. That sounds beautiful.
Yeah, there's no stopping to take stuff off.
No. One in a stunt.
One in a stunt? Fantastic. Looking at this, you are going to see something awful. Looking at this, it is... There we go, sorry. The reactor, it's going into total meltdown. This ship cannot be stopped. You cannot stop this reactor from going. What's worse, this was internally triggered. Someone set this.
Did it be jettisoned?
No. There's one with the Cronus is your only hope at this point, and you guys are tethered together. And as you are leaning over and looking at this, the best chance you have basically is for somebody to probably pilot the Montero away. Which is going to be problematic. And pardon me one second.
Alright, we have to get it disconnected.
You're seeing that this thing is going to overload completely. And so as you're looking at that, from behind you, there's going to be a sudden slash of motion. And Christine.
Yeah.
There is... How much armor? Can you roll me your suit armor?
Sorry, what is it for?
You have 4 dice. Please roll them.
Okay. 2 6s.
2 6s. Okay. 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 Fantastic. There is... there we go. All right. There is a sudden movement to your side, and there is a creature next to you. It's tall and lithe, because as you ran over here, you left the airlock doors wide open, and something followed you across the breach. It is this strange creature, shaped like a human, but longer. Its head bulbous and black. It's eyeless, elongated, gaunt, bipedal, 6 feet tall, and when its mouth is closed, it's got this strange, bulbous, almost inquisitive, ethereal appearance. It opens its mouth and snarls at you, its jaw moving out like a goblin shark. And as you process it, its tail is going to lash out and rip your spacesuit in half. White blood is going to explode all over Rye's face. All right, Lucas, you're active. As this cuts you right across the belly, doing that is going to be 1, 2.
Look at Kayla run.
You have 2 points of health damage.
Okay.
Okay. Let's draw initiative now. Okay, so I have initiative
Find
2.
those rules now.
So you just.
I got a jack.
Okay, so just draw until we have a number card. Okay, and Krista, do you want me to draw yours? I have a lot of jacks in a row.
Ace.
Okay. Ace is 1. Okay.
Okay.
And Krista, you have a 4. Okay. All right. So the way it goes is it goes you, creature, and then Krista. All right. So what do? This thing is right in front of you. It is absolutely hideous.
And I've been kind of wrecked. I tell Kayla to run, and I want to shove like my cutting torch in its face.
Okay.
Turned on.
Make me a close combat roll.
Okay.
I'll say that your fast action is going to be activating the torch.
Okay.
And your slow action is going to be slamming it in the face.
What does close combat go with?
close combat goes with strength.
Okay.
Do not forget your +3 strength now.
Yeah, those add to my current one, right?
Yes.
Okay, sweet.
Yes, you were definitely one of my choices for this.
I was already strong.
Yes.
Fuck.
Sorry, Mike, you couldn't be the corpo and the android. It's in the rules. It was...
That was okay. It was either or, and I got one of them.
5 6s.
What the balls? I mean, do you want to push for the other ones?
I rolled 10 dice.
Do you want to push to re-roll the others?
Sure.
Okay, you're rolling your stress with this as well, right?
Add one more stress and roll your stress.
Okay, so minus stress from it?
No, your stress are additional dice, and if they're 6s, they work.
Okay, no, I had not added those on.
So you always add your stress to your dice pool in this system.
Okay.
Roll even more.
So now you've got like 14 dice or 13 dice to roll or something.
Okay, well that was another 6 on a stress die.
Okay. Did any of the stress dice come up as a 1?
No, the other one was a 2.
And... Oh wait, pardon me. You're an android.
They don't experience stress.
You don't roll stress anymore now that you're outed. So don't worry about the stress at all. So that 5 successes. Did you re-roll the other 5 dice? Oh wait,
Not yet.
You can't push. You can't push anymore.
Okay, cool.
Sorry, my bad. So
There's too many new rules to keep track of. I need you to tell me exactly what I need to add to something.
Okay, so 5 points of damage. How much damage does that torch do? Does it say?
Oh god, I don't know. I just got handed it and figured it's a cutting torch, essentially. And we weren't rolling for how it did stuff.
I think it was 3. Oh, sorry, my laptop died. I don't have my.
It's okay. Weapons, rifles.
It's under tools.
Heavy weapons. Cutting torch. Damage 3.
Nice.
Okay,
Hey,
so that means that you do 3 damage plus
armor piercing.
Does it have auto armor piercing as well?
It has armor piercing, the quality.
It does have a power supply of 5, so I don't know if this is the third use of it.
It's down to 2 more uses after this.
Yeah.
So that is going to be armor piercing, which means that it does. I apply half armor, which is pretty brutal because.
So that's 8 damage then.
That is 8 damage if you want to apply 8 damage. So with close combat, what you can do is you can apply all 8 damage, or you can spend basically you apply your base damage, which would be 1, 2, for that, and then you can buy additional points of damage with your successes. You can do other things like disarm and things like that, but I think at this point, just shoving it in its mouth is probably the best option.
That's my thought. I'm basically at this point buying time for Kayla to run because I've just been like disemboweled.
That's fair.
I'm shooting like milky android fluid everywhere.
Knocking it prone is an option. What's up?
The mechanical torch is like our supply suits. You just roll every time for its power level.
Oh, is that the way it works? Okay.
Yeah, I just read the rules.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So you start with
That's
5
much more
dice
narratively satisfying.
That's fair.
Do you want me to have rolled for the last 2 times?
No, because you still... Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. See if you have any juice left. We'll see if it'll be like... So you'll be fine unless you roll all 1s. So you roll 5 dice, any 1s subtract.
No 1s yet. Okay, 3rd roll. No 1s. Lots of 3s. No 1s.
So, one moment, please, while I check something real quick. So you still have a full tank then?
Yeah.
As you were doing this?
I'm guessing I have no more air supply at this point since my suit got ripped apart.
You don't need air.
That's true. It was actually worked really well that I barely rolled my air going down as well.
Come on. Where is the freaking Xenomorph damage table?
I was just checking for wounded. I think you're looking for... I just passed it. Where is it? 291?
291? Is that...
I was wondering why Christine shrugged off 2 health damage. I'm like, man, 2 health. I'm at 0 if I get hit with 2 health damage.
Okay.
I was like,
Cham has 5.
How the
It's based on strength, because like I've got 4.
Cham's fucking beefy.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, no, I was like, whatever, I've got 3 more.
Okay, so that is going to be a critical injury for sure. as you jam this thing in its mouth and put it on full blast. So, critical injury, here we go. Okay, it is going to shriek and contort wildly as you cram this down its throat, making that horrible, like, high-pitched shriek. I'm not going to do it, sorry guys, but like way louder and way worse as it is hissing and snarling you, trying to claw its best at you. It gets one final round before it dies. Let's see what it does, because I get 2 attacks.
Yeah.
I rolled a 5 and a 1. Let's see what that means. I like this system because I don't know what the hell this thing is going to do myself. It's exciting. Okay. It is going to let out a terrifying hiss, which does nothing to you because you're an android.
Yep, I don't panic.
However, you're cramming this down its throat. It is going to attempt you cram it in its throat basically and like turn it on. It's going to try to surge forward and use its goblin shark mouth to grab you by the throat.
Okay.
So it has a flaming maw that is coming at you.
Yeah.
So you spent your fast action to turn your torch on.
Yeah.
So roll for the attack with... Okay, here we go. And it did not succeed. It launches itself at you, snarling, but you holding the torch in front of its mouth is going to be enough to kind of like have it thrash as it kind of melts through its body. And then it is going to like thrash around on the ground and collapse. Rye, what do you do?
Run.
Okay.
I'm gonna run to the other side and then try and disconnect the walk.
Okay. T-minus 7 minutes until destruction. Can you do me a favor? Seeing that the android is in your presence, you're going to gain another point of stress.
Yep. My best friend was an android the whole time.
Okay. All right, T-minus 7 minutes. What are you two doing? And what are the rest of you? Are the rest of you making your way over too?
Yes.
Okay.
Davis is very concerned about her ship.
And are you headed over, Captain?
I don't think I can because I don't have a suit because it's vacuum in there, isn't it? Yeah, no, I'm stuck here.
No, you can.
There's an EVA room.
The umbilical core, the umbilical chamber is pressurized.
Oh, okay. In which case, I probably won't.
You still cannot. If you choose not to, you don't have to.
You know what? I'm gonna head to the bridge.
Sounds good. All right, heading up to the bridge.
Yeah.
You are
pull
going to
a piece of glass out of my face.
That sounds great. So you are actually going to make it across Davis just in time to see the end of this as this adult-sized xenomorphic creature hits the ground and dies with a torch in its mouth. And are going to see. Take a point of stress. Your friend's an android.
What the fuck?
T-minus
Help
7
me!
minutes.
Help me! Undo this! Go! Go! Go!
Make me an air roll, both of you.
Oh, down a 2.
This is
All right.
actually very narratively satisfying.
I think while still leaking fluid and all that, Lucas is going to, having made sure it's down, start moving over to make sure that Kayla has gotten across and start trying to disconnect from this end once she's through. Because I'm betting there's a release on this side.
Yeah, there are releases on both sides.
And gonna call very calmly in Lydia's voice across, go. Get through, close the door on the inner.
Wait, I thought Davis is on the ship. Like, our ship.
Yeah,
Oh,
you're
right.
you're
Yeah, you just gotten over to it, and
you're
we're
just getting over.
pushing you guys
okay.
over. Like, we were here already. We're on our ship.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Lucas is now telling you guys to GTFO.
Yeah, also, Krista, you are muted, so I have bad.
I'm so sorry. I was trying to say that no. So I turned around to run, and I would have caught you in the
Oh,
walkway.
okay. Okay.
And- Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, she's turned around and is like backing away with fear, like pushing Davis back.
Okay. You disconnect the shuttle bay. Or pardon me, the umbilical, and start to pull away. From the bridge.
Lydia's going to attempt to steer the ship. She doesn't know how, but or Lucas doesn't know how, but he's going to try.
All right. So you're going to head to the ship and try to pilot your way out of here?
Try and pilot the exploding ship away.
That sounds fantastic. Let's find out what you have to do that. Heading to the ship. The rest of you are racing down the umbilical, or escaping from it. Making your way back into the other side of the ship. I need you to do me a favor. So if you... you could... Can you... So there are 2 options for you right now, Christine.
Okay.
You have 6 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
You can either pilot it yourself, or you could set an autopilot and try to take the Daisy back.
Sure.
Okay.
I will try and do that, because I think overall, like, Lucas is the android, but is very used to being Lydia, who is loyal.
True.
And best buds with Kayla.
So I need you to make
It's
me
a
pilot.
cover, but...
So at this point, the 2 of you are going to be on the other side, sealing the hatch, trying to figure... Well, actually, pardon me, you can't steal the external hatch because it's permanently blowtorched open. So you can only seal the internal at that point, which... Oh shit, you guys didn't seal the internal on your way over when you disconnected it from the ship. So that is... 1 sec, I believe that's explosive decompression.
Damn.
1 sec, let me see
Well,
what
no, I was trying to get them to go across and get through before I disconnected.
Oh, was that what you were doing?
Yeah, that's why I kept telling them, go.
I understand.
Anyway,
okay,
so no, they yeah, I wasn't sure what levels of decompression we needed to go at. So that, yeah.
Okay, so
we would have tried to.
Sounds good. So you can get back to that first airlock, seal it. At that point, what I need from you, James, you can be in contact with the bridge of the next ship if you'd like, so you can talk to her. But I need a pilot roll at a -2.
All right, from me?
No, for her.
For her? Okay.
So what happens if I don't have pilot?
Then you are rolling your agility -2.
Okay.
The Cronus
well, that
is...
still gives me good... I'm good at that because I'm an android.
You still have stress dice.
No, I do not.
No, not anymore.
I'm an
'cause
android.
you're android.
Right.
So... So Miller...
Mm-hmm.
If this happens, you're going to lose all of your shipment. Rye, you're going to lose everything.
I know.
I can do nothing to stop it.
The Daisy can take 10 tanks. Okay. Well, it's sealed anyway, so...
Tell her.
Yeah, I'll get on the radio. Well, I don't know what's going on, so I'll probably be like, what the hell's going on over there?
Captain.
You can talk. You can talk absolutely normal. You still like remember it's like Bishop.
Yeah. The reactor is blowing up. Internally.
Well, fix it.
I didn't trigger it. There is no reason for it to be happening besides an internal command. I need to get this far enough that it's not gonna blow everybody. I'm hoping to grab the Daisy.
Okay. Grab whatever you can. Okay.
Okay. All right,
Yeah,
Christine.
that's 2 successes.
On a -2 roll.
Yep.
Damn, son.
I had 3 already, and I add 3 to it as an android.
Oh, that's
so
fair.
6 dice.
Okay. All right, so you are going to go and try to grab what is there. Are you gonna try to load up the? Are you gonna try to load up the tank, or are you?
Okay, having been the one doing all of this,
Mm-hmm.
how long would that take? Probably more than 5 minutes.
It takes time. Each tank requires a strength or heavy machinery roll. It takes narrative time.
So, I mean, if she thought potentially grab one, like
You can make me a strength or heavy machine roll with the power.
Or were
loader.
there actually one thing that might be there might or did she already load some onto the Daisy before it?
Nope. They were just being moved around the cargo hold. There's no reason they'd be in the Daisy.
Yeah, we would have been moving them like to the back end, I guess, to try to like get them ready.
Okay,
to
so it's a
unload.
strength and heavy machinery roll then?
Yes.
Sure, why not? I've got a lot of dice for this.
I was gonna say that's a shitload of dice.
If you fail, I hope you fail.
One 6 and 3 1s.
Oof. Okay. You're
What
gonna
does
load
that mean
one
for
up.
synthetics, though?
Nothing.
Those aren't stress dice.
Yeah.
One is low.
1 is pretty freaking low though for my
Okay. You load
roll.
one up.
Yeah.
4 minutes. T-minus 4 minutes. Do you load another?
Sure.
Go, okay, give it again.
Die down! Die down!
I'm trying.
Where'd it go? There it is. Too many of these little d6s. Okay, 6.
Okay. So you'll
Like
manage to get
sixes?
2. You'll get 3 of them, 4 of them. I'll say that you've loaded up with 6 of these total now.
Alright, that's plenty. I'm going.
Okay. All right. So what I need you to do is make me one more pilot roll to try to get out of here and clear the blast wave in the Daisy.
Okay, so that's agility -2.
Agility -2.
Holy shit! Okay, on 4 dice, I got all 6s.
What the shit?
Yahtzee!
The
Yeah.
fuck?
He needs to go to, like, you need to go to Vegas or something. Get rich.
All right. You hop in the Daisy and begin to head back toward...
Alright, we get the android drama after all.
You get to head back toward the main ship. White blood dripping out of the wound on your side. And as you see the ship, the Daisy, the little shuttle, begin to meander its way toward the Cronus, in the distance, there is no sound. There is nothing except the white flash as the Montero explodes, taking with it the rest of your payload and your only other way out of here. Which we'll pick up next time for Act 2. All right, so what do you guys think of episode 1? Did you enjoy that?
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
I have no fingernails left. I bit them all off.
Oh,
I was totally gonna sacrifice myself for Kayla.
well, now you get to be Bishop, which is great. So,
Yes.
so, did you guys all have a good time? Was that okay?
Oh yeah.
What do you think of the system? Pretty solid, actually. It's pretty
Yeah.
easy. But
Yeah.
pretty-
Yeah,
It
once you
seemed
start
like
getting used
a
to
lot of
it.
work for you.
What's that?
It seemed a lot of work for you.
It's a lot of bouncing back and forth in the module, but I think
Yeah.
I think now I know how to take notes for it because every module runs differently, right? And I'm used to running more D&D and World of Darkness modules, which are more streamlined. This one gives you like plot events, and then in a different section gives you what happens in the rooms. So like there were different things, like there were some things that I could have done during the, the Montero's about to explode. There's like an option where it's like, oh yeah, the umbilical setup, it's stuck.
Mm.
You have to heavy, but we had already started moving it by then, and I was like, it's just going to slow us down for plot purposes. I thought, and I love that like there is one of these neomorphs on board with you that's running around outside of your periphery and outside of your motion detector. And then you're like, oh, we just run over. I'm like, you mean that door that's been open the entire time, huh? Perfect. Perfection. So, I'm
Well,
glad
yeah,
you-
and I mean, I figured lean into that
oh,
because
absolutely.
I mean, I didn't know yet that stuff was happening. I hadn't seen any of that.
So, I get to declare at least one person here as an android before a game. And I was having the damnedest time because I was like, it's one of the three of you. It's either Robin, Krista, or Christine. And I was like, ooh, if the android goes bad, which it could, you never know, Christine's dice would be a great benefit to us. But anyway, I hope you all had fun with that. I hope you had fun watching, everybody. And so this is going up on Patreon first. To our lovely Patreon supporters, our patrons, like our divine producer DM Michael Gray, our demonic producers Soul Omen and Precarious, our princes of the Patreon, Taryn, Buddy, Trezelta, Cubby Gummy, Amberthist, and Aeolus. You're all wonderful, and I love you so much. I hope you enjoyed this. If you're watching this later on YouTube and you want, or on the Twitch broadcast, and you want to get advanced stuff, the $5 a month tier, VIPs and up, get access to these pre-recorded. We are doing another one in 2 weeks, and we're going to be doing at least one episode of off-camera Patreon recordings a month. So you're always going to have some other cool stuff, which is going to be handy if we get sick. I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope you come back for part 2, maybe part 2 of 3, because there's 3 acts to this. Reminder that I got to give you all your motivations for Act 2 next time. And I'll be even more vicious because there's so many ways for you to die in this. You could have died 4 times already, as you saw. You guys just...
I'm legitimately surprised that I'm not dead.
I kept rolling 2s.
I was actually trying.
Oh, honestly,
I'll stay here and repair something. I'm going to get shanked from behind. It'll be great.
When you're like, oh, the thing needs to pilot, honestly, Davis was like, I'm the pilot. I was gonna sacrifice Davis to go over and fly.
See, I, as everyone here knows, always play the character that will sacrifice themselves. I specifically picked Rye because I was like, nope, they're not gonna sacrifice themselves for anybody. And so I'm very excited to do that.
Nice. I love it. All right. So
well, if it means anything, I decided to play the character that would sacrifice everyone else. So,
you would. You're a nice guy. I saw that roll.
I know.
All right, so folks, that's going to be it from us tonight. Thank you so much for tuning in. Have a great night. And in space, no one can hear you. Like, subscribe, and smash that bell, but my heart can feel it. Good night, everybody.